Yeah, okay. I was going to say I could hear it. Doesn't necessarily mean what you're going for.
Windows, why do you have to be like this?
Oh, not the D-pad. Yep, that's an ad for Mickey 17.
Oh, the Twitch ads?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have not seen the worst of them yet. You might have, but they're starting to throw out AI-generated ads now, and I'm just like, no,
That
no.
robot game, I get those, and I'm like, no, fuck this.
Not even that.
Well, that's the first one I've gotten.
Oh, no, I'm talking worse ones. I'm talking ones where they have an AI-generated narrator mispronouncing, and there's misspelled words on screen, just making me go like, your product is shit because you can't even spell display correctly.
If you're not going to bother to actually advertise your product, I'm certainly not going to buy it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and the products I wouldn't even get anyway, because one of the products is like a camera for your helmet while you're motorcycling, and it's like, who on fucking Twitch is gonna buy one of those?
I mean, there is a group for that, but at the same time, it's not us.
Like, the Spanish-speaking adverts make more sense to me, because at least it's somebody hired to say it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why I'm getting Spanish-speaking adverts, though. I have given no indication that I know or understand Spanish in the slightest.
I have no idea either, but you know what? It's Spanish-speaking other than AI-speaking, so plus for them.
Fair enough. Hello, Sergeant.
So yes, the audio seems to be functionable.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
I have occasionally gotten a Spanish ad, which is really weird because I live on the opposite side of the country from where people speak Spanish much. I mean, we still have a decent... We still have a non-zero Hispanic population.
Spanish, at least?
Huh?
Don't you at least know some Spanish?
Me?
Yeah.
Only by linguistics.
Fair enough.
In other words, I know Spanish because I've studied French.
I was going to say, you're closer
to the Dominican Republic.
You're closer to a bunch of French-speaking citizens, so it would make more sense for you to get like a mix of that.
Like, the only possible reason I could see about me getting Spanish ads is one time I was sitting in... I got rated to Iron Mouse's stream, and she had some Spanish music playing. But it's like, other than that, I don't know why they are, doing that crap. But anyway, greetings, everybody. We are back in the saddle, and I need to turn the game down, because, God, that was loud.
I'm in the background organizing a trade binder.
The back of my trade binder just blew out on me, so guess who has a new binder coming off Amazon?
That's where I got mine.
I should probably set up a trade binder.
I'm trying to figure out. But the problem is I don't know what I want to trade.
Yeah. Because
I mean, I don't know that I want to trade anything. I'm a collector. I have horrible hoarding problems.
Well, my problem is I'm a collector, but I'm also like, I kind of want to do deck stuff, and I'm also like, well, what's the point of me having this if I'm not going to ever use it?
Yeah.
Like, I get the collecting stuff. My God, you should see. It's more Pokemon related, but there's one guy, I don't know if you've seen him, because you watch one trading card thing, you eventually watch every trading card thing. That guy has a body underneath? Oh my God, that card is fucked up more than I thought it was. I say this as I'm watching a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video right now.
Is it a Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing that you're talking about?
No, it's Pokemon specifically. It's a guy who...
No, that has a body underneath.
Oh, no, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing. Oh my God, it was...
What's it called?
I will go back in the video, but the thing I was talking about was the should I open it or should I keep it sealed series, if you've seen those videos.
Oh yeah, I've seen those shorts.
People pay thousands for unsealed shit.
Yep.
And keep it sealed.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting here going like, well, where's the fun in that?
Resale. There's no fun there. It's purely investment bullshit.
Something called Doom King. I remember seeing this card before.
Oh no, Sergeant. Don't go down the darkened hallway of collecting cards. Your wallet will die.
Just get what you like and then just work from there.
So
Don't go all in. The only way you can go all in completely on card collecting is if you unalive Elon Musk and you just take his fortune and just start spending it on the cards, because you about need that much to make a full card collection anymore.
We are not advocating for that, please, for the love of God.
I said unaliving, you're fine.
I know, but still, I don't want somebody in a dark suit showing up in my doorway.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the fact that I sincerely doubt he has in his
the liquid assets.
In his legal paperwork that whosoever blasteth me from this mortal coil getteth all of my cash.
Ooh, Pokemon.
So I have a new friend.
It's
Black
Doom King
Greymon.
Boulder Rock is the one I looked at when like, Jesus, that has a body?
Oh, yeah. So, take a second to admire Blackboard Greymon's stance here and how the fuck do his legs even work.
He's just bending weirdly at the knees. I mean, you're talking
he's like a
polygon
snake
stuff
guy.
here. Yeah. I did not know he had that weird snake body. I was like, oh my god, it's the upper half is already horrific enough as is. But then you throw that in, and I'm just kind of like, oh boy.
Oh my god, look at Metal Edamon. He's adorable.
It's literally an Edamon recolor, basically.
God, he's a lot smaller
regular
for some
Edamon
reason.
was normal size. They got smaller with metal for some reason.
Are you sure it's smaller and not just Blackboard Greymon is bigger than the other thing?
No, I don't think so.
No,
Pokemon and
pretty
Blackboard
big.
Greymon are of a decent size.
I mean,
Again, Digimon sizes are extremely relative, like even more than usual.
well, I'm also trying to think back to the show where, like, even in that one, Metal Edamon was kind of smaller than Zudamon.
He didn't get bigger when he evolved.
Yeah.
He literally just basically like
He got a little bit
metal-coated.
musclier.
Yeah, he got more defined and basically a metal coat.
But he did also lose the ginormous ball of dark goop that he was plugged into.
Yeah, I
Probably for the better.
Kind of hope they put that into like some kind of card thing as well, or like make it an official form, because it was interesting.
Isn't he technically an official form?
Not the metal ball thing.
Are you sure? It's like Dark Network version or something.
If it is, it's not in a reference book yet.
Oh yeah, it should be a reference book. Edamon Chaos. I don't know if it's a reference book thing.
It probably showed up in one or more of the video games.
The PSP version. It's just Edamon and Dark Network put together. They just call it Edamon Chaos.
Really? Only one EX6 in the whole thing? Oh well. I got my second Vox and I'm combining them.
Oh man, anything cool pulled?
I got Alt Art Cool Boy, Zafagamon Ace, and Alt Art Zafagamon Ace. I think were the ones good things in the second box. Not anything like...
Not SP Alt Art?
Yeah, not SP, just Alt Art.
Alright, so I now have the Genbu badge. I'm gonna go save.
Genbu badge. Not to be confused with the Schwanwu badge. He says way less facetiously than he wishes it was. Also, it is a bit windy here, so there's a small chance I'll disappear.
I mean, it was so windy here, we had to get the power line to the house replaced, so that was fun.
But we had a power outage not last night, but the night before.
We just had snow.
The power didn't go out here, but I guess the wind did some damage to the main power line coming into the house. It was causing lights to flicker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like...
Oh yeah, it's blowing out there. Grumble, grumble.
Alrighty.
Fate in front of you. So is that too old of a reference?
Awesome.
I'm not even gonna lie, I made a reference to Airplane because one of the people I was playing against for the release event said,
Airplane, the Leslie Nielsen movie?
yes, because they said something along the lines of, like, surely something, and I was like, it is, and don't call me Shirley. And I just went like...
Well, I mean, that's like almost legally required, isn't it?
I just kind of looked around and went like, is that too old of a reference for anyone?
I know it is in this household.
He had a good sense of humor. He was like,
I am pulling up my guide.
Okay, I got that Lord Nightmon X antibody I can offload to somebody.
That's one of the X antibodies that I mostly like, aside from the fact that it has a whole bunch of extra spikies.
I mean, that is kind of like what they
I know,
did.
but I like the actual sword and shield and the wings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the X antibody alter art, because I got that from like 2.0 box. I'm like, I like the artwork because it's very traditional tapestry.
Alright. Circus guide. Control F.
Definitely don't mind getting rid of this singular Duskmon and Vulgarmon. Although I don't know how far Purple Hybrid's going to survive here soon.
We will have to see what the ban thingy says.
Yeah, I was talking to Pet about that the other day, and I was like, it feels very much like there's a couple dogs about to get shotgunned around the backyard here soon.
Yeah,
I'm just grumpy that it's too early to have anything hit the red, purple Imperial Dramon deck.
I mean, they can hit some of the older stuff.
They could just completely ban the Shadramon stuff, so you'd have to pay $90 a pop.
Yeah, that would be nice.
They're getting reprints, which is nice, but also like, fucking seriously?
I'm mostly semi-joking because that's the new hotness, so they're probably not going to massacre it too hard.
Which is kind of sad, because I actually got some good pieces for that, and I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of looking at that, but then I remember the person I played against was like, oh yeah, these things are like $90 a pop, and I'm like, so sure. I mean,
I'll be honest, the story in the manga is losing me a little bit with the people using the power to change cards in the middle of the game when that's not something you're supposed to be able to fucking do.
I don't think you're supposed to take this seriously as the card game kind of thing.
If you're gonna make it a card game manga, fucking follow the goddamn rules.
I mean, that was kind of Yugi's whole power is, with the luck from the Millennium Puzzle, he could draw whatever he needed, even if it technically wasn't in his deck.
Well, that was a more of like he was reading fate kind of thing. It's not technically like he was breaking any rules. He was just like, I know what's going to come, so I can call upon it when needed. Which I guess is weird when you really think about it, because there's so many times where he's like, oh no, I'm going to lose. And it's like, but you're not.
I need to go to the mines.
The Mines of Moria?
Kowloon. So close.
I mean...
Oh no, are we in Cyber Sleuth already?
Mines of Moria will probably get you Balrogmon if you're lucky.
Really? Only fucking 3 Terriermons? In 2 boxes?
I mean, to be fair, Terriermon wasn't very useful this set. Also, Rapidmon
really.
Ace is...
I know, but I have a Terriermon deck.
I know, but like
I wouldn't
Rapidmon
use
Ace
this.
is, like,
I don't think
more
I would use
super-
this Terriermon anyway. Okay, the useful thing is the when attacking once per turn suspend something.
There is no reason to use Rapidmon
And there's probably a
Ace
better one.
over Gargomon.
Over what?
Gargomon Ace.
There's a Gargomon
You
Ace?
can use both.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
Mega Gargomon.
Yeah,
I mean, you can use both, although then you're potentially worried about double.
yeah, double memory loss.
Well, also the bigger problem is there's not enough of like Gargomon stuff good enough to warrant using over the armor Rapidmon stuff.
I still have a
Rapid still
Gargomon.
is superior, like in every way. There's no reason
Yeah,
to not run it.
I still have the deck that I called Bundog Alliance, which is Terriermon and Lopmon stuff.
I think
Specializing in Alliance.
there's one going around that's like that. I think it's
And yeah, the green Rapidmon Ace doesn't look amazing, but I don't know, whatever.
I got one of each of them from my box, my first box. I was like, really? I'm just gonna get like the 3 tamer ones. I looked at. I think in terms of like usefulness, it's basically Talmon, and then the other 2 are fighting for 3rd place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like War Growlmon has its uses, but at the same time, unless
It's
you
like-
want to run,
It's fine for its deck, but it's like,
unless you're super sold on archetypal,
this entire set is like extremely tribal.
if you're not super sold on using the tribal version of it, you're better off doing Metal Greymon Ace.
I mean, like, the Chronicle tag doesn't even need to exist except for the fact
it's there
that they
for
don't
the.
want it to be usable outside of that.
Yeah, they literally don't want to make base Alphamon better.
Right, because
'Cause it's-
Alphamon and Orumon are already both black.
Yeah, they're both black, and it's a very strong deck even now. Like, I've been slapping fools around on DCGO left and right because I have protection and I can just rip apart a security stack very, very quickly.
A little annoyed that Sparrowmon is a child. Rookie, whatever. I know Cross Wars doesn't care about levels.
Yeah,
But
but
when
the
it
whole
showed
thing
up-
with Cross Wars is because they couldn't really digivolve, right?
Right. The manga makes it more explicit, but part of the condition of the digital world was that evolution was not working as well as it had been. Yeah.
Did some kid in a cape show up and screw up their whole thing again?
I think so. But yeah, when Sparrowmon first showed up, it kind of did the Gatomon, I'm small, but I kicked all your butts thing.
Yeah.
One freaking Justimon.
Yeah, I got one Justimon Ace too, and
I'd kind of like to do a Justimon deck.
something Common Rider.
I mean, I
Not
got a
just that,
Justimon as
just
well,
like,
but
so I think part of my thing is just because I'm a hipster idiot, I don't really like main character decks that much. But Rio is not that.
I mean, he kind of is, but not for
he is,
Tamers
but not
itself.
in a way that we're used to.
He's
'cause he was,
the
like,
cathode,
part-
anode, main tamer, kind
Yeah,
of
he was.
9th ranger for
Yeah, but that
adventure.
doesn't count. Anyway.
Where the fuck am I supposed to go? That is one thing I do not like about World 3, is it's very hard to tell where you're supposed to be going.
I think the
I
one
keep
thing
wondering where some of the things that go between some of these cards are, and then I remember, oh right, the first half of this set is in another pile because it was sold differently.
I think the one thing I'm more annoyed of most anything is that, just personally for me, I hate the fact that, like, one of my favorite characters, their evolution is literally like, here's a part of a deck that everyone's just gonna fucking hate forever, and it's like, Talmon loop, hooray, I get to deal with this for the rest of my life now.
Well, I mean, it's part of it's part of the free / discounted options thing, right?
Basically.
I think it's less that, it's more like you're just spitting out so many bodies that by the time you're done, your opponent has to, like, look at several different stacks, and if you run Ruin mode at any point, your opponent might as well just give up for that match.
Yeah, well, you know my opinion on that.
You know my opinion on that. I want Ruin mode, but I also want Ruin mode to go down to 1, because it's far beyond time for it needed to be.
Well, more precisely, my opinion on Ruin mode is that its only evolution condition should be from Shine Greymon or Shine Greymon Burst Blast mode, whichever one it is, Burst mode.
I see where you're getting at on that, but also that kind of
I
goes
guess people
against the
fucking
whole...
hard play it anyway, so...
Well...
They shouldn't be.
It really has a lot of memory.
Well, not set, there's no on-play.
Is it not a non-play? It's just a when Digivolving?
Digivolving. Death Xmon has the on-play.
Well, yeah, that's because Death Xmon is kind of is like what Medieval Galliumon is. You're intended just to slap that bitch down.
I thought it had a discount.
No, that's Death X. It has
Death X. I know Death Xmon does. I thought.
Trying Greymon Ruin mode.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't like it coming. Right, in spite of the fact that even before this became a thing in the fucking card game, in my story, I was coming to the point of doing that out of lack of a better thing. I feel like those modes are very attached to the things that they come from.
No, you're right. But the problem is it goes really against the whole color evolution that the game's made it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, it makes sense for it to be Greymon, but it's also, like, the Digivolve against Shine Greymon and all that, but it's also, like, it's yellow-purple, so it can just work in those decks. I guess the only way you could make it work is if Shine Greymon Ruin mode was a white card and had no color evolutions.
I mean,
just
this set actually has
Shine
a decent
Greymon
number of things that don't have evolutions, although they're mostly what's names.
All right,
Digicrosses.
Ice.
Yeah. No, I've seen the Shoutmon cards. I traded my X6 to somebody for their Fenriluga Takamikazuchi ace.
Damn.
E-Cross 6? Yeah.
Yeah, because they were looking for pieces for that.
And yes, E-Cross 6 is different than Cross 6.
I mean, whatever the new one is.
Yeah. The E-Cross is its evolution Cross 6.
Yeah.
Because it's the Digicross of 6 of the evolved forms.
Hi, Icemon.
Zeke Greymon's still counting for 2 here.
Oh god, he hits hard.
And yeah, the one missing is Shooting Starmon, which is why it has an accessory with Shooting Starmon. Because Starmon was dying at the time of the plot.
Yeah, I've not read the manga.
The Crosswords manga is actually pretty good, so...
Yeah, but at the same time, it also gave us Luminamon Nene version, and I can't forget that.
That exists for like 2 pages.
Yeah, but it still exists.
Shademon Nene is around for longer, but also doesn't do much.
Hey, Pet, I know this. I know you've got your 3 to deal with, but I pulled I pulled the Altart secret rare Nene from the release event. I'm like, as long as she doesn't show up in the rest of my boxes, I'm fine.
As long as you don't pull up what is now me.
It's also
oh my god,
it's not even that good
for you. It's fine-ish, because it's just basically you point at a Digimon on the field, preferably your opponent's, and just go pop out a level 4 and get rid of that stack.
Its whole existence is a one-of in Millennium Mon. To force use their on-deletes.
Yeah, but you can use it in Crossheart as well, because she's technically a Crossheart.
Yeah, you can, but it's wholly the whole most useful...
They didn't make a Kotone, did they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Shame.
I don't even think there was a Shademon Nene version in this.
There is
no,
because that one would require more censorship.
Yeah, that's the one that would be like you'd have to put on a...
Luminamon Nene is wearing like a feathery bikini thing.
Yeah, feathery
Shademon
bikini.
Nene is wearing like a body paint and a wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you have to hit him with the early 2000s Toonami swimsuit edition censorship thing.
That's one of those ones, if you call that your waifu, you need to be put on a list. Especially if you are over the age of 18.
Also, it's creepier because in that one, she's not in control.
Yeah, well, this is more Shademon's kind of that little bastard anyway, so...
Okay, so it's taking me to the legendary. Take some Marimon.
I mean, also the color thing is like I can't really hold them against from doing that because also the fact that like Chaosmon Volder Arm mode is actually a really good top deck for Sakuyamon right now.
Mm-hmm. And that also makes no sense, yeah.
It doesn't, but it's also like, would you prefer that or Shine Greymon Bruin mode? It's like these are your two choices because they're both good in yellows, and the Sakuyamon really needs a good yellow top end. Like they refuse to make like one that's just good because.
Well, yellow's top end is pretty loaded up with other archetypes. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, like, if I have to go out of archetype to get a good top end for this, it's like maybe you should just make, like, I don't know, bite the bullet and make a DNA digivolution of Sakuyamon Kuzahamon. Just make that fucking work. You're a card game. You can make anything you want.
I haven't made new Digimon specifically for the card game outside of the manga for a while. I miss when they did things like, oh, hey, by the way, we're canonizing King Waymon.
Like, that's basically going to be my thing. Every time they have those surveys and I buy into it, I'm just going to be like, Sakuyamon, Kuzahamon, DNA Digivolutions, staring right there at you guys.
Can I get some more Lunamon cards, please? I hunger.
There is a deck that I saw somebody do yesterday.
Galaxy Toolbox, I'm guessing?
It was Galaxy Dragon.
Yep, Galaxy Links.
Yep, because it was, Galaxy Links, but the new Examon stuff, too. So you ended up with Sladramon and Ground Breakmon as your top ends, and you just into Examon.
I mean, I have that.
Yeah. I can find the thing and I can send it to you. It's that Sean guy. So you fine with that? I don't know if you've seen him or not.
I can always look at it after stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's one of those like, oh, this asshole, I'm not dealing with him.
The name doesn't ring a bell. I know I'm not a big fan of like Mario gaming, but that's more.
He really kind of got more annoying than anything.
Yeah, like I get he runs a business, but at the same time, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely like, oh, I gotta look out for the business part of this. It's like, dude, most of us are just buying these because we want to have fun cards to look at. And some of us want to go to bed with our cards and sleep with them.
Please don't.
Oh, what's his name? I literally have the card right here. I just blanked on his name for some reason. Oh, Kazuchimon. Oh, my precious.
My precious little boy. What?
I mean, Mon's not a precious boy.
I know.
He's a precious man.
Oh.
Pulsemon is the precious boy.
Hello, police.
But he sleeps in a different bed because we're not doing that.
Yeah.
He's a nice chap, but he has to go in the other. He has to sleep in his own bed. Unless he gets scared at night, then he can sleep in the bed for the night. Which, considering the digital world, there's probably something that scares him. Let's not lie.
It's me.
Okay, that's an interesting color of Airdramon.
Yeah.
I have seen so many videos go over different things that basically go like, yeah, these are the only like weird variations that have shown up here. And they have never shown up anywhere else.
Like, I get it.
A lot of the early games just had recolors because A, PlayStation game did not actually have that much room for different models. And B, they hadn't invented that many Digimon yet.
Yeah, like they had shallow DNA pool.
Yeah. We just had the first 3 seasons, and they were kind of teasing series 4.
I mean, you get a Goonimon as a burst Digivolution in here. So you're barely into the Tamers. Not the Tamers.
Frontier.
You're barely into Frontiers. So it's like you have all of Adventure and whatever their products are about. Because keep in mind, we're not just talking about the anime, we're talking about the various games they've done before, the various virtual pets they've had.
Yeah.
The various other stuff Japan has gotten that we've never seen the daylights of.
Yeah, because we have Adventure 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Tamers.
Yep.
The regular V
Frontiers is on the way.
Yeah, and Frontiers being teased. We should have had the Pendulum by now.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're at the field stuff.
Yeah.
I think the Excel was starting to come out by this point. But the Progress, whatever the one that I think the Progress came right after the Pendulum.
Yeah, the Progress was kind of for 0-2 because they, DNA did evolve and all that.
Didn't evolve.
Well, the Pen Progress had Guilmon in it.
I don't know if the Digivice Twin was out yet. I know we don't have.
The Twin was actually quite late.
Yeah.
The Twin was the Twin was around the same time as the Savers.
I thought that was
there's also the fact that Bearmon is new to this whole thing. I think Bearmon has mostly been a video game character up until he showed up in the Frontiers movie.
V-Tamer existed, but it didn't have many original characters yet, and almost everything was original was still extremely in jail.
Yeah.
I had this video pause this whole time, and I just keep looking over occasionally going like, oh, fuck this thing. I didn't even know Death Exmon had a big, huge-ass lower body. I thought he was a skinny motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, no,
it's
attached to the ground.
Yeah, there was, like you look at his original artwork from the BT9 card, and it's like, you don't really see his lower body. But then it's like
relatively small, and they're like, oh, he's a big bitch.
But then you look into it, and it's like, oh no, he is huge. Because I did not interpret it as being like a big body underneath. I thought he had really skinny legs under there, from the original artwork. But then you like see his actual design, and it's like, no, this fucker huge. And
Yeah, in the movie, he was like
He's-
planted in the ground as a guard against stuff.
he's like spindly up top, and then he's got like a huge ass. But he looks like, and I know people aren't gonna appreciate it, but I'm just gonna say it. He looks like the life virus from Battle Network.
No, that makes sense.
I can see it.
Although that has.
I mean, that
spider
one's
legs,
more
but
insectoid looking. This one's more like it's the same. It's like top heavy, skinny top body, and lower.
It certainly
heavy
looks
body.
like a Battle Network final boss.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't until
like
the last 2 games that they. Okay, technically, Duo moved a little bit in 4. He moved up and down. They did not like to make their final bosses able to move.
I mean,
They tended to be parked in the middle.
yeah. I was gonna say it's like you're talking to me and Pet. We know torso boss fights now.
We have fought gods.
I like the new Calomon card, but I just don't think he fits anywhere in a lot of Tamer decks.
The main reason is you're it's outcompeted. It is a very good card, but it's outcompeted for space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You want
I'm
to be
for.
going all in on your archetype.
Yeah, because it's like you could maybe find space in like Sakuyamon because you really don't run that many rookies, but at the same time you're dropping at least 2 other cards for it.
I mean, it can't evolve anyway, generally, so it's.
Well, yeah, it's there for
a
like
tool.
it's there for that, and like the new Tamer cards work off of it. Like if you have a Calomon or their respective Tamers, you just gain a memory at start of main.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, do you really want to run those versus the Searchers? Or any other ones you get out of? Like, yeah, you get 1 memory.
Ogre,
for having your Tamer there.
ADR01 Searcher is for a completely different deck.
What?
You said the Searchers, and I made a joke about
Oh.
it as the basic
Yeah,
Reaper agent
the
is called
Reaper
Searcher.
stuff. Yeah.
I'll have more of those damn things.
Speaking
when
of
I
which,
feel like
D-Reaper got some new support in this deck, and it's actually kind of decent. I tried it out
yeah,
on the
definitely
simulator.
hard
Got a nice
to get
feel for it.
Shoto the fuck out of your deck if you want to use this.
God, Dave. I think it's what everyone. I have seen a couple things on
Yeah,
Shoto.
I would not
I've
be
seen.
shocked if Shoto Mother gets to be a banned combo.
I think Shoto just has to be like just a ban from other decks that aren't Vortex.
It's only really a problem when you have like, oh hey, I can pop this fucking thing out of my egg zone and then use it in a way that it's not intended to be used.
It's like
most things with that much defense need investment.
It's like, I get it. It's a fun way to make it work, but it's also like, ugh. I don't want to slog through a whole fucking game just because you have the 2 cards that make me not be able to do anything. And I have to build up a body to get over it. And by the time I build up the body to get over it, you've already got, like, aces you've thrown down at me. Like, there's a difference between, like, what Bandai wants you to go for speed-wise and what everyone else wants you to go for speed-wise. It's like, nobody wants to be like, and turn 1, and I've blown up your entire stack, and your go.
See, that's the thing.
Versus,
the
like,
thing is
it has been a half hour, and we are on turn 2 of match 1.
See, the thing is, that's what it feels like the fucking Red Purple Imperial Digimon does.
Yeah. FTKs are fun for nobody. Like, even the person who's doing the FTK, it's like, yeah, you're having fun, but you're ruining the game for everyone else. But there's no real way you can balance that other than, like, you can only take so much security per turn.
You know, you could make it so you don't have as quite that much acceleration. See, the thing is, they want to make it so you can get to the good part of your deck, which is hard when it's a fucking DNA Mega.
Yeah. That's kind of why I look at the Excel stuff, too, because it's like, it at least helps you get to your DNA. but like you've got a turn or two before you get up there. And even then, your deck is more built around like, blow this fucker up and get your partition out of it, and then you can just D-A-Day again. Because I didn't even notice it until I watched a video talking over it, that the new option card for Chaosmon is like, once it's underneath there, if it has Chaosmon in there, like at the end of your opponent's turn, it takes negative 30,000 DP damage. And I'm like, I read that as 3,000. I thought this was supposed to be like an accumulating thing. And this one just goes like, nope, nuke the fucker. So then you just go to partition, get your pieces, and then do another DNA Digivolution. Which, granted, the Chaosmon Volderarm mode, the reason that works in Sakuyamon is because since you do your Sakuyamon into maid mode into Sakuyamon, you get you stun this many tamers or Digimon with with as many level 6s as you have underneath this one.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why
that's the one that they're doing. It's not like Chaosmon, the original, isn't from the Excels.
Yeah, I mean the Leo. What is that little sucker called? It's Lilo? Lilomon? Lilo is. It's the one that like they invented to be like
I grew up with it being Leormon, but they changed the spelling. So
I think it's like Liol.
Lioll. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like Leomon, because like it searches Excel and Chaosmon parts.
Mm-hmm.
So because
the Excels are Chaosmon.
Yeah. Because the Chaosmon Volderarm one is not considered an Excel piece.
Yeah,
you look at it, it has no rules for.
The part that doesn't play well with it is the Darkdramon parts.
Yeah, you have to get a promo for that.
Which is the other arm of normal Chaosmon. I haven't decided if the new Beelzebubon is even like good. It's just here because it's a Tamer's character.
I got 2 of those. I got one for my Lucky Pack and one in my actual deck.
Just the BT 1971.
Yeah.
Normal.
I'm looking at that and going like, yeah, it's going into the trade binder. I don't really need them.
I mean, I have the Beelzebubon starter deck stuff, so I probably have most of the stuff I need to upgrade that deck if I had any inclination to play a purple deck.
And then 79.
Golux, I do have that Rio full color thing.
Cool.
You want me to hold that for you? If you want to make a Justimon thing?
Yeah, I'll think about that.
Yeah, okay, let me take it out of my trade binder then. I also did get a Justimon Blitzarm Ace.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Do you want me to hold that one back too, just in case?
Sure. It'd be awkward trading with someone in Ohio, but I've done worse.
I can just mail it to you, provided the mail doesn't eat it.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I'm talking about normally if I wasn't doing that and I wanted one, I would be like buying it on TCG Player from someone probably at the statistically in California. So
yeah, I guess for the new cards it's fine, but for like the older stuff, I definitely Google the shop and make sure it still exists. You know, with the wildfires.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. I haven't bought on TCG Player in a while. But yeah, that's a good point.
Because, like, you know, if their shop got
it's not always in California, just there are several of them in California.
Well, no, the joke... The thing I was going to go over was what I told Pet the other day was the Oh god, the sorry, coffee's coming back up. I ordered some of those memories.
Mm-hmm.
Just the normal memories, so I could just have them. I should
Mhm.
probably hold this Justimon X antibody as well.
I mean, stuff to just keep in your general reserve includes memory
just
boost scrambles of various colors.
Yeah, the memory boost. That's those. I had ordered a playset of each color for honestly like $11. It was really not that much.
They've reprinted most of them a bit.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that they have been showing up. My order's been showing up late, and I'm pretty sure it's because the madness going on around here.
Yeah.
Because I have one order that I've still not heard anything about. It was the 1Q Mons from EX6 that I ordered in January, and I've heard hide nor tail of them. And I'm not sure if they're ever going to show up because of the person not existing anymore. They're out of Texas, so I don't know what their deal is. But also,
you might want to see about getting your money back at this point. If it
probably at some point, yes. But they were also like $6 and. But the problem was that I ordered something beforehand. Those 2 pieces of those old Water Seadramons for the Deep Savers deck I was making, and those showed up like a couple days ago.
Huh.
And I ordered them before that, and I'm like, maybe it's just the post office being kind of oofy right now.
I'm honestly shocked the rest of my Alphamon stuff got here this week.
Oh, wow.
I was expecting it to get here later next week.
Man, I was looking at that too. I was thinking, like, can I sneak this in as like a Sakuyamon surprise thing? And it's like, it doesn't really work in that.
Meanwhile, my unhinged Alphamon build.
Yeah, yours had a lot more the Daruga and Dexmon stuff in there.
Boy.
The Cool Boy doesn't help me either, because I don't...
Well, that's what they're there for,
any...
is I get extra memory and a draw if I Digivolve into the same level Digimon.
Thank you for reminding me. I still have to find that video.
Which is designed for Royal Knights X, isn't it?
No, it was designed for the Death X.
Regular X. This is not... This is original Cool Boy.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not the new one. This is not...
Original Cool Boy, not new mentholated.
I love the fact that his name is just Cool Boy.
I'm still waiting for the shoe to drop and we find out that is actually Chronicle Cool Boy. I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't know if that's going to work out like that, but it's also like, it's...
I mean, at the same time,
interesting.
Mirai from Cyber Sleuth and
okay,
World
she's
Reading
just basically multiverse Genai at this point. Don't you at me on anything.
Well, she was actually a regular person in the first game she showed up in.
Yeah, and she kind of died.
It's just that her body died, and then while her mind was in Digispace, so...
Yeah.
Oh, what is that feedback?
What?
Anybody else getting that?
I'm
hearing wind, but it's not in the computer.
I'm hearing a weird beep all of a sudden. It's like rhythmic beeping.
There's machinery in the background in my game. Do you hear it anymore?
There is a bit of beepiness in the music.
It's not the music. It's literally just like a beeping sound. That's like a warning kind of sound.
Is your computer blowing up?
You would... The only reason it would be is because I sent you that fucking video. It started when I sent you the link to the video.
Do you have a video open you don't know about? Time to start checking Firefox tabs. Oh my god.
All my tabs, any of the videos are paused. They haven't even started yet.
Vicmon is fucking massive.
Making you guys sound weird on occasion. I'm gonna drop call real quick, and then I'll
Alright.
turn back up here real quick. Just stop watching. Okay, I think it was Discord. Because it stopped the moment I disconnected.
Oh god, I'm playing Sokobon. Help. God damn those ice block puzzles. Only I'm the ice block. Hi, Numemon. Not sure why you're fucking like an emerald color.
Yeah, the Numemons are all like different colors in this.
Also, why the fuck does he hit so hard? Jesus.
What, you don't like Numemons hitting you hard?
No, I should be able to punt them with my rookies through a wall.
Yeah, I thought that same thing too when the
That's how much experience they have.
As that re-release came out, the one with Machine Draymon instead of Machine Dramon.
Oh, Next Order or whatever.
Yeah, Next Order. Yeah, that I always thought like, oh, it's a new Amon. This one should be easy to take care of, and it's like, nope.
You look over for a second and see a giant hole where your Digimon was.
Oh. Pretty much.
Bro does not fuck around.
Like I just like checked some guides on the whole thing, and they were like, oh yeah, you could just beat up on some Digimon out there and everything, and blah blah blah, and it's like, motherfucker, you might as well just spend the first lives of your Digimon just training. To just have the stats, and then they die and rebirth, and all that shit.
That is an option you can do.
Not exactly the best trade binder so far, but it's also like I don't really got a lot I want to trade away.
I could probably make a trade binder now that I have those Omnimon binders.
Oh, what did you get to?
Yeah.
You got 2?
So I get playsets of the cards.
Yeah, it was just for the playsets of the cards.
It's like I got the 1, and I was like, that's fine enough for me.
But that does mean I have too many binders now. I'll have to find a place to put them.
I just got this new binder because it's got the side-loaded ones, and it was pretty cheap. It was like $9. And also, I got the green one because green is my favorite color.
Same.
I was born before you. I gotta have green first.
You're about to have green blow and I'm done with you. Wait, what?
Listen, I'm going to blow you to smithereens. Oh yeah, that was one video I need to post. God damn, you barely made it out of that one.
Yup. Casual healing.
Apparently, Vikemon is super effective against.
This group is going to be very swole.
Oh.
Swollen like my glands.
I have a serious problem that I need to see a doctor for. I should put like a little Pulsemon thing.
Dark Fear.
Dark Fear?
That's apparently Black War Greymon's signature.
Isn't it?
Oh,
Hades
Dark
Force?
In this
Dark
game.
Terror Force, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, it was one of those weird translation things. God damn, you have to remember so much shit that got translated so poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they were literally just, okay, not literally, but they were effectively just making shit up for quite a while.
I don't even mean that. I just mean more the fact that, like, the stuff that you have to, like, almost reason backwards with now, and, like, why was it translated like this? It's like, oh, well, this was, like, this thing, and it's like,
Well,
guys,
like-
you can just say you translated wrong. You don't have to do a meta reference for everything in the world.
Well, the angel ones are purely just censorship.
The angel one?
The translating
Angels.
holy as Magna.
Yeah.
Oh, Magna is angel. Well, I mean, holy, great, same thing, honestly.
But it's literally didn't.
I don't
because it
think
was on-
holy stuff is that great.
Because it was on Fox, they didn't want references to the Bible. Because they couldn't exactly have the budget to edit out the whole angel Digimon, because that'd be a little fucked.
And yet
I don't think
Devimon still
Devon
worked.
really cared that
And yet they managed to not censor Devimon.
I mean,
Dude, they didn't censor the whole the number of the beast. That was literally a plot point that you could write around, and they were also like, we should probably write around this, but then they went like, nah.
This isn't about the Bible, it's just Jedi being weird.
Yeah.
That wasn't even Gen.
Please always
I
recycle.
don't even think Jedi sent that thing.
He did.
I heard that.
Oh, Pet, I also bought some old BT-8 packs when I first got into this, and a couple of them have the old BT-8 Ryutamon in them.
Nifty. Did you get the alt art or the just
No, regular art. The only alt art I got was a Funnymon fall down mode.
And all of my BT-19s are sorted.
Cool. I need to sit
20
down.
is going to be harder.
I need to sit down and sort all of my everything. I only have up to set 10 in my great big box of everything. It's not even sorted yet.
It's probably not super helpful that I sort everything normally by number, so...
What am I doing? Just play this video. They can't hear it in the background. I just had it paused just for Doom King Balderok. Just so everyone could go like, oh, he does look fucked. I should bring that shout mod.
I need to figure out what to do with about the new Crossheart deck too.
I need to point out that hilariously, every time I look at them, I always have to remember, oh yeah, they do technically do this. Is that the options in the tamers, you see it more in the black cards, is that those security parts have like this hash to everything. And I go like, oh, they all technically have that, but it's like you can only really see it in the black cards for some reason. Like grab an option card or a tamer card and just look at that.
Oh, hello, Gallantmon.
Hooray! It's the chap.
Final purification.
Just throw salt at him.
Presumably Final Elysian?
Oh, that's a counter. That's why it didn't work.
So what are you talking about the option cards?
Oh, the security thing. If you look at the security part.
The block on the bottom?
Yeah, the block on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at that, you can see like a little... I just want to say it's like a square pattern, but it's like just a hash kind of thing going through it.
Oh,
like repeating.
I don't... Yeah.
Yeah. You notice that it's there, but it's you can't really notice it from the other cards. But the black ones just show a lot easier, but it's technically like on all the tamers and option cards, I guess. But not on the Digimon. It's nothing big, I just always notice that, and I'm like, God, that's just weird to notice that. Kind of going back to the ban list stuff. Guess who went through his BT4 box and found out he had 4 copies of Jack's Raid, or Jack Raid. This guy.
Did that get raid, or did that get banned, or are we just expecting it?
We were expecting
I think we're expecting it. because it's a zero cost gain memory for how much trash you have, and everyone's going like, yeah, the way purple plays.
I think it was like a common or some shit, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
It wasn't very rare.
With new Gallantmon stuff leaning towards the purple, it's gonna be way too powerful.
I'd rather see it get limited than banned.
Well, I think we only have one fully banned card in the game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I think it's going to get hit by the limited, just like Hammer. I say Hammer Toss, but I know it's not that. Hammer Spark, thank you. God, this one guy. I just looked at the Yu-Gi-Oh video, and one of the opponents on there is Jared Subway. I'm like, really? This is the name you want to bring to this game? Or your online identity, at least?
Oh, hey, Ogre unlocked. Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's like Hammer Spark got hit, and everyone's like looking at all the other free memory things and going like, this has to get hit at some point. Because it doesn't make sense for just Hammer Spark to get hit, and then all of a sudden, like, well, all the other ones are perfectly fine, even though purple is just basically fill up your trash and then throw this out and you gain, like, 1 memory. And if you have all 4 in hand, you gain 4 memory on your turn.
Why the fuck did I go to Patamon?
These are only questions that you can answer, my friend.
Rosemon.
I think it's about as far as I'm going to get into this hole. Thingamajig here with the,
It still feels weird that Rosemon has a water attack.
Yeah, Jack Raid main, gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash, and security is gain 2 memory, and it costs 0. And it is a common. So it's like there's no way this thing gonna get, like, limited here soon. But it does have Ghostmon on it, so who knows?
Okay.
Technically it has Ghostmon, and I'm assuming he's using a attack to scare this Vmon for funsies. Anyway, I did remember. I got completely sidetracked, and I need to go back to this. But I told Golux, I told Pet this. When I bought those memory boosts, and they came in like a week late. And when I got them, I went like, this probably explains why they came in a week late. Was they came in a like replacement letter from the post office. And on the back, you read it, and it's just like, "We're sorry this happened to your letter." And that envelope was destroyed. Like the top right corner of the envelope was entirely gone. Like this thing got manhandled by a machine at some point, and yet the cards inside almost perfectly fine. Like, I could show you, and you could see where you go like, oh, those are some, like, superficial dings, like, nothing big to that.
Yeah.
But this envelope was fucking destroyed. It was mesmerizing how it happened. And I think what caused it, taking a pill, was that because I ordered essentially 24 cards, is that they didn't want to go out of the way to make a package for it, so they put it in an envelope, so they stacked them up like 2 groups of 12s, and the envelope was maybe a little too big for whatever machine it needed to hit through, and that machine went like
the fuck? Oh, this is a problem.
Did you get landmined?
I got landmined, yes.
Let's see. I guess this is an alright starter trade binder. I have the Alan Maki full color tamer. The Barbamon X antibody alt-art I got. Because I don't want that shit. Promo Boltmon and Rust Tyrannomon. That Rust Tyrannomon's probably good for dinosaurs, but it's only a cyborg. It has no ruling for dinos.
It's less important when you're a mega because it doesn't need to evolve from something else.
I know, but it's
the
also
real thing. The real thing is, I think
benefit.
Metal Tyrannomon also doesn't.
There goes the lane mine again.
Yep. Luckily, it only brings me down to 1.
I think it's also if you get into a fight, that's my problem.
Probably.
Let's see, the Luminamon Nene version secret alt-art. I don't think anybody's gonna want that, but you never know. The 2 Beelzemon burst mode aces I have. The Lord Nightmon ace. The alt-art Terriermon box topper I got because Daddy can't get his Renamon no matter how hard he fucking asks for anything in this world. The Lucimon X antibody, then the Lucimon Chaos mode, Duskmon and Vulgarmon because I really don't care to do purple hybrid.
Velgarmon, you mean?
Is it Velgarmon? I thought I said Velgarmon. Maybe I just went Velgarmon. Valvagia. The Blue Flare Metal Greymon and the 2 Z Greymons I got. Shooting Starmon. The Omni Shoutmon I got with the Raptor Sparrowmon and Jaeger Durulumon.
It's like Garurumon, but with drills.
Yeah, Durulumon.
Does it start singing that theme from Attack on Titan?
No, because Digimon really doesn't end poorly.
Also, Digimon doesn't go suddenly Nazis.
Well, I was gonna say Digimon usually doesn't do mass genocide, then I have to remember, X antibody stuff.
I was about to say, you want to try that again, bro?
Also, that one time in Savers.
Yeah.
With the fuck are they called? The fakies.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen Savers, so...
Go watch Savers.
I would like to. They had them on Hulu, and then Hulu just went like, nah, we're gonna get rid of these for a bit.
Yeah. I think
and I'm like,
on Amazon?
I think we have an Amazon Prime thing. I have to ask for it, because that's also where the Super Mario Brothers movie is at. For whatever reason, it's not on Netflix anymore. Let's see, is it Atler Ballistamon? I have a release event.
Yes, it is on Prime.
Let's see. The Lord Nightmon X Antibody regular and full art that I have. This Agumon X Antibody with the Digimon card game Judge version.
Ah, yes.
A Winter Stamp Wanamon.
Wanyamon?
And Wanyamon. And a Shoutmon X5 from BT10, which I think that's the limited one, isn't it? Because there's one that's limited.
No, that's Shoutmon Cross 4.
Is it Cross 4?
Because you could loop it.
I think I might have that one, too. Isn't that like a rare version?
Maybe? I stopped caring about the Cross Heart deck after a little while just because I hate Shoutmon. I hate him with a passion.
I like Omni Shoutmon. That's a cool evolution.
Wave on the little fire demon. What the fuck does the
Restricted. What's your rarity at, buddy? What the hell does a block icon mean, anyway?
It's the thing that has like the like number next to the name, not like the ID number.
No, I know that. What's underneath the ID number?
Yeah, it's basically to show what series it's from if we ever decide to do set rotation.
God, I hope not.
I hope not either.
It makes no sense to do rotations for this. I can see where you're
Mostly
coming
because they rotate most of the things well enough just by sort of mechanical creep, not even power creep, just like things get more complicated.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things like you're only doing it to sell more cards. I like being able that if I can't go play for a while, the deck in my backpack is still usable as long as it's not explicitly banned, you know?
Yeah, like there's a whole thing of was it Pokemon and Magic do set rotation, and I just do not care for that because it's like, well, now you have to go buy some of the cards, staple cards that you got originally, and it's like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't need to rebuy Force of Will or whatever staple card again for whatever deck just because you set rotated them out.
Right.
The same thing with Pokemon. Even Pokemon, you have that power creep thing because like the original Charizard means nothing nowadays. 100 hit points for Final Evolution? Are you even trying?
Sure we have stage 1 that could knock it out in like 3 seconds.
Yeah. So like even Pokemon having that stage creep, that creep is kind of like, because it doesn't make sense, and it's just like for Digimon, it's like
the main reason for set rotation in this case would be to get rid of the overpowered outlier early cards.
Well, I mean, the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, ban them.
Yeah.
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh did, is like pot of greed, draw 2, that fucker ain't seen the light of day in any official shit anymore. That draw 2 is too powerful for anything.
Specifically draw 2, no cost.
Draw 2, no cost. Like even Graceful Charity's too overpowered because it's draw 3, drop 2 when you still end up at
Especially
plus 0.
Trash is still your fucking hand. Let's be fucking real.
I mean, even in original Yu-Gi-Oh, you were starting to see that shit happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Digimon's got the whole like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing where it's like it can power creep out enough, and if any of the stuff from beforehand really becomes a problem, they can just go limit to 1. Or if it becomes a real big problem, just ban it. Because that's what they did for the Mega Evolution one. The Mega Digimon Fusion.
Yeah.
So they just went like, no.
Fucking shit. Hi, Chimeramon.
Chimeramon was sometimes considered to be a Mega level Digimon before they figured out what they were doing.
Yeah, that's what makes the whole Chimeramon Metal Machine Dramon thing so weird nowadays. It's like technically it was 2 Megas fusing, but now it's like an Ultimate and a Mega fusing.
Yeah, it chiefly in the old WonderSwan games. Chimeramon was treated as a final stage alongside Mugendramon, and then those were like the 2 parts of Millenniumon.
I love the fact that, like, absent of the WonderSwan games, Millenniumon just shows up in 02, and, like, you have to know who it is to even know that it existed.
I believe also in those it is explicitly, like, the fucking Chimeramon that Ken built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While it was dying, was getting blown backwards in time and collided with literally the Dark Master Machine Dramon.
Yes, it's that crazy
And then went
madness.
either further back in time and had become Millenniumon by the time it landed.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing this weird time shenanigans bullshit, but it's also like, you know what, broad strokes for a bunch of things. We don't need to go too hard on it. Also, real quick, I've been pronouncing Sakuyamon wrong.
I don't
whatever.
think so.
You've been slightly Sakuraing it, but
Because I was talking to some guy who I guess.
Sakuyamon is more correct.
I could see somebody pronounce Sakyamon, but that's probably the closest I've seen, and that'd probably be from someone who
Japanese
hasn't-
doesn't have the same kind of emphasis, same kind of stress emphasis that English has.
That-
Well, no, I was talking to somebody because he was looking at a Voldermon, the Chaosmon Volder arm
Mhm.
from the new set, and he was going over that, and I looked at him and I went like, because somebody wanted to trade him for it, and I just wanted to emphasize because I believe he is also a fellow Renamon fan.
Mhm.
Because I've encountered him before at locals, and he specifically is that guy that took the Rukia card
Mhm.
from the Halloween event and left me with the 2 other tamers. And I looked at him and I said, it's like, I just want to let you know before you try to trade it off. I don't want to stop you from trading it or anything, but this is a very good topper in a Sakuyamon deck. And he's like, in a what deck? And I just went like, Renamon? And he went like, oh, okay. And I'm like, am I pronouncing it wrong?
I don't think you are.
I would say it's Sakuya and not Sakuya, but I don't not
Sakuyamon.
recognize that.
It's close enough. It could be like regional dialect differences for us, you know.
I mean, if you watch the clips, they call her Sakuyamon.
Yeah.
Like, it's what the English version
In the dub,
goes
probably, yeah.
with. I mean, give me a second here.
I hate this part. Let's have you go through a blackout maze with reset blocks.
At least you see the reset blocks.
Only if I stand on a lit up tile. Oh, thank God. I healed. I don't think I healed. I might have to use a life disc. Hi, Skull Satan Mom. I need this. Life. I love how broken Countercrest is. Apparently in the European version of this, Countercrest is only 50% chance. English, it's 100.
Yeah, I listened to the recording for the Japanese version. It sounds like they're saying Sakuyamon. I have the little tamer thing. Biomon is such the weird, like, why did you even change the name?
Yeah.
Because it's just Evilmon in the original.
I mean, it's a little bit underrated for evil, honestly.
Let's face it, they had a lot of, like, we jumped the gun on some of these, but also I don't think we knew we were gonna have any further. There's like, I know that there are multiple definitions in Japanese for it, but we're really gonna waste the Bakemono joke on Bakemon, the ghost Digimon, when you have so many other options you can use it for. Not with those guns.
Fuck, I got a lot of levels. And the chain. Ah, healing. Praise the fucking sun.
I'm not even gonna lie, I looked at the Vmon and I thought, that's a weird looking Impmon for a second. And I went, that's a Vmon. What is wrong with your brain?
I mean, they are actually very physically similar designs.
It also does not help that the English voice actor we get is the exact same person, and he's basically
That's true.
almost
They are
doing the
also
same
both,
voice.
They're also both Derek Stephen Prince.
Yes, and the only difference is that Vmon has a lisp, and Impmon is going, hey, yo, I'm digivolving over here. And he just shotguns you to death.
Digimon has a lisp, but Impmon has something worse. A Brooklyn accent.
Impmon has something worse. He's from New Jersey. Yeah, there's no way this card is ever going to come off the ban list. The Mega Digimon Fusion.
Oh, hell no. It wasn't coming off before. It sure is fucking coming now.
Yeah,
the alleged downside is just that it only lasts one turn, right?
Yeah, that's the alleged downside, but if it's the last turn of the fight...
One turn is all I needed.
Yeah, that's literally that's the problem I'm seeing is, like, if you have no next turn, there is no downside to this card. It is a free cost, free evolution from a level 6 to a level 7. And the downside is the Digimon gets bottom decked afterwards, and it's like, that's if there is a next turn.
Uh-huh.
I guess the only other downside is technically you need a white source to work off of this, but you can get around that with so many other tamers and stuff.
Okay.
I don't even know why the security effect is just add this to hand. It might as well just be you win. But yeah, that's an example of why rotation really doesn't seem to be purposeful or anything. Is because they can just look at stuff and go like, no, this is banned. This is too powerful for any stuff now. Because you already have so many level 6s that are clearing off the board as is. If you throw it into where you get a free level 7 and you just get no next turn kind of thing, it's like, what was the point of showing up today?
Alrighty. We're going to the real world, lads. We have 180 seconds.
I too need to look into more Jessmon stuff, because I got a lot of Jessmon stuff, and I'm like...
I have the old Jessmon stuff too. I could probably build the deck if I didn't despise Jessmon so much.
I don't despise Jessmon, I just despise the Sistermons, because they took 3 of my slots from my little promo things that could have been Shine Greymon Ruin modes, but no.
I kiss mine every night just to make you sad.
You kiss your cards?
Yes. Like you kiss the homies, right?
Okay, that's fair. You do kiss the homies. Also, I just kind of like...
You opened all the boxes in the wrong order, now you lose the game.
Suddenly... oh, fuck.
Is that Giga Seedramon? Or is it Metal? Okay. Yeah, Giga doesn't show up for a few years after this anyway.
Giga Seedramon is effectively Metal Seedramon X antibody.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say was... I kind of just like Jessmon essentially being the chill out with Genkomon. Whereas, like, Genkomon is like, I'm your teacher and everything. And it's like, I'll be the student. And then at some point, we digivolve together, and it's awesome.
Everything is awesome.
My story for them is a little bit different, but that's more or less how the official one goes.
I mean, the only problem I have with Jessmon is the name. Because it's Jessmon, and you go like, what does Jess stand for? It's like, oh, it's an acronym. It stands for Justice Edge Swordman. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, really?
I would rather it be Jesus.
At this point, yes, it would make it actually feel a lot better to me. It's like, my name's Jessmon. My name means I'm an edgelord online. But for justice, and it's like, just shut up.
I mean, Doru is just prototype.
What?
No, Doru is digital or unknown.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
I know there's like a Digimon that has that proto thing, but I was gonna say, it's like, I think it's a different one.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. Oh, it's called Protomon. I didn't even look it up, I'm just joking.
It's Proto Man?
That's Protomon. Neptune Man is the other one.
Random thing that makes me think of. Out of all of the Olympian god related Digimon that showed up in Cross Wars, which is actually a decent number.
Yep.
The only ones that had their heads, the only ones that had their head designs done right are friggin' Apollomon, I guess, but his isn't part of the same style. And then fucking Ignitemon. They did Neptunemon wrong. Mervamon is different than Minervamon. Because the whole thing with the first 4 Olympian gods they revealed all had the same head setup, which is that their head is an animal head with a human mouth from about the nose down, from below the nose down, inside the animal's mouth.
Like they're wearing a helmet.
And, well, no, it's the eyes on the animal head are their actual eyes. So, Minervamon, Marsmon, Mercurymon, Neptunemon, and maybe 1 or 2 others are like that. But in Cross Wars, they gave Neptunemon just a monster head. And Mervamon is allegedly, like, related to Minervamon, but they gave her, like, a whole face in there, and the snake head on her forehead is just ornamental. But Ignitemon is done the correct way. But
why do we have a timer in the corner?
I can only be materialized in the digital or in the real world for 180 seconds.
Ah, we're in the
so
real
you're
world
of
now?
course spending the maximum amount of possible of that time stealing shit.
Basically, yes. Also, Tylomon.
The hell's a Tylomon? Oh, right there.
It's a Tylosaurus Digimon. It's one of the armor ones.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his
armor?
armor. Isn't that Vemon's reliability
No.
egg?
No, it's... I don't remember which one it is, but it's not Vemon.
I can look it up here in a second. I'm just looking through.
I want to say it's Tailmon, Gatomon.
Hello. My cat has come to say hello.
I ain't sleeping in a box trying to be comfy and everything.
Oh, do you see stuff happening on my screen? You're like, what's up, Daddy?
Tylomon.
Yeah, it's Tailmon.
Yeah, it's Gatomon. Yeah, you got reliability correct.
Well, yeah, all of them, all the reliability ones are aquatic.
Yeah, but not all the aquatic ones are reliability. There are 2 of the light ones are aquatic for no fucking reason. Punchy sunfish and seahorse, I believe, are light armors for no fucking reason.
Can you not put your butt in my face, please?
Good bad. One deck I really wanted to make, because I kept getting most of the pieces for it, was the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Never got any of the Beelstarmon stuff, though.
Yeah, I did get one.
Well,
of the
she's waifu tax and like edgy tax. So.
Yeah.
What? I mean, I can tell you all the Gundramon shit I got, and the occasional Magna Kid mons I got. I don't know.
I get the distinct feeling that like Magna Kidmon was originally supposed to be the quote-unquote protagonist of the Three Musketeers, but everybody likes Beelzemon Lady much better.
Gender bent Beals.
Yeah, I definitely see Beelstarmon being the pro tag of the whole thing. Like, Magna Kidmon is kind of like
That's right.
Billy the Kid style, kind of like this ain't no protagonist here.
I'm just hitting random buttons. Oh my god, Junior, you fucking idiot.
Oh well. I mean, I guess I could try it, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to put this Chaosdramon X antibody in my trait binder as well.
I mean, if you want to build Imperial, it's a pretty good card. Or not Imperial,
Machinedramon.
Yeah, Machinedramon, it's a good card.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, I don't really care.
Honey, why are you scratching your ear?
I did get the Grand Kawagamon Ace in this too, so I was like, not a complete loss. Also did get that at Death Xmon one too.
Grand Kawagamon is such a weird Digimon. Because it's like, it belongs to two things.
A museum.
It belongs to Dinobemon and Okulamon. And it effectively, now it effectively exists in two forms, where it's Virus when it's Okulamon and Free when it's Dinobemon. But it took me a long time to realize this, but aesthetically it's actually a lot closer to Dinobemon.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Aside from the color. Well, the main thing is it took me forever to realize that its arms are not the way around I had initially thought they were. It has six sets of limbs. It has front legs, back legs, and arms. The arms are the second pair of limbs, not the first pair. Which means that compared to Dinobemon, the friggin' XVmon blue arms turn into the front legs.
That's weird.
And the Stingmon based mini arms turn into the arms.
I don't know why you're saying this is weird. This is Digimon. You can make the form be anything you want.
Well, no, it's just that I used to not like it for that because the Kuwagamon Association comes out of nowhere, and the Jaws come out of nowhere.
I mean, arguably, yes. You can. I see where you're getting at. It should have been like Grand Beamon or Dino Beamon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the Kuwagamon is because fuck you. They like Kuwagamon.
I did make up a Grandis Vespamon at some point, but actually, currently, I have a character who has Dino Beamon and Grand Kuwagamon as his main, and Okuamon as his main partners, and they DNA temporarily into usually Grand Kuwagamon. The Dino Beamon can also slide evolve to Piledramon, so when they do that, it's Black Imperial Dramon.
I think one of my very earlier points I was going to bring up during this whole stream was the fact we were talking about the possible ban list upcoming. More of a restriction list since they really don't ban, but they do technically have a ban, and ban list is easier to say than restriction list. But I was like, I really want to do a my Pulsemon deck proper and get that thing going. I just don't want to invest in Fenrilukamon Taku Mikazuchi, the original one, because kind of have a feeling he's one of the doggos that's probably going to get on the only one of you per deck kind of thing here soon.
Possibly.
Because as much as it's a cool card to use, and you got new support that actually makes it work a lot easier in Pulsemon deck now.
Oh, hi, Pokemon.
Also, the fact that it alters the entire game state to where your opponent has less memory to work with now.
Yeah, the old one is weird.
Well, no,
that's with the Fenrilukamon from BT17, but it's meant to work with that one. And like even you can still use it under even the new one because it just checks for Fenrilukamon in name. It doesn't check for like it has to be specifically this Takamikazuchi mode.
So technically, if you have Yugi, you can slide it under, I believe.
You can use the new one that I didn't get one of in my box. I hope I get it in this box, and if I get a third one come Sunday, I hope I get it in that one. You can use that because he counts as a Yuji and Leon separately. So you can...
You mean AG?
AG. You said Yuji.
Yuji's from...
Yuji's for the Chronicle stuff.
Yeah, well, Yuji needs to shut up right now.
There's the original one from Alphamon lets you just slide an X antibody.
More precisely, Yuji is Oryumon's trainer.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. You said Yuji, and I thought, like, I guess I've been pronouncing Yuji wrong this whole time, too. Yeah, no, Edgy Boy. I'm just gonna call him Edgy Boy now. Anyway, Edgy Boy. Yeah, so AG... also, real side tangent here real quick. You cannot look at those cards, those designs, and tell me that Leon Alexander is the same age as Edgy. That is a 30-year-old man in a bomber jacket right there. That is not a 20-year-old kid. No matter how much you try to tell me.
Sudden Waymon jump scare?
I
know a lot of Japanese characters in anime are.
I don't think Leon looks that old. I think a lot of it is because of. First off, it is a more mature art style, and second off, he's American.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like in a lot of Japanese stuff, they tend to. They don't tend to portray themselves younger, but they seem to look younger for some reason in comparison to like American characters.
But I mean, Marcus in Tamers or in Savers is supposed to be the same age as.
I thought he was like 13.
He's the same age as like Tai and Sora in 02.
I could see that. Marcus is the I'm gonna say football, but I mean gridiron football, not football as in soccer.
Yeah.
He's the linebacker of the Digidestined kids. That is so. I got invited to a random, not a random. I got invited to a local Discord server for Digimon stuff, and somebody in the TCG Pokemon thing just pulled a God Pack alt art.
Fun.
For like, they got alt art of Celestic Town Elder, a rainbow Leafon, an alt art Arceus, the full art Arceus, and Garchomp, and a rainbow Garchomp.
Damn.
Oh, they do have Pokemon does have actual God packs.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at the picture they posted, and it's just them. They just got a God pack from the whole thing, and I'm just like, oh fuck.
I got a few God packs during my time playing Force of Will.
Yeah.
Where it's just, oh hey, it's one pack that has every super rare in the set.
Yeah. I think Pokemon tends to do that. I don't know about anyone else. There was one guy online named PokeRev. He pulled a God pack of the new ones with all the new Eevee alt arts.
So I'm killing Cthulhu.
Yeah. I was gonna say, hey Dragomon, you had a point for like one episode, and nobody's done anything with you ever since because they look at the guy who wrote you and went like, ooh.
Look, Panaka's not the only person who's into Lovecraft and conspiracy theories and shit.
I think it was more the brain rot shit he pulled on the 20th anniversary for Tamers.
That was still conspiracy theory related, more or less. Or rather, I should say, I think the reason some of that stuff would have appealed to him would be for the same reason that some of the weird esoteric conspiracy theory stuff that you get in, like, Lane.
You kick the shit out of the Dragomon.
Yeah.
I think it's more the fact that he literally made the bad guy political correctness, and that his ultimate attack was cancel culture.
And
it's just one of those.
I know the specific. I'm not defending it. I'm not saying it's good. What I'm saying is I didn't find it that surprising.
I don't know. I get where you're coming at, but it's also like that's that brain rot shit. That's like
That's why we
I don't
have
want
a
to mess with
psychotic orange man currently in the Oval Office. So he's
Since
probably
it just happened in the
now,
game,
but-
I am going to say this. Part of me really thinks it's the time to fix this has passed, and I'm debating even trying to do whether it's even worth trying to do something original with it. But Pokemon evolving from Dagomon or Marine Devimon, it really feels like Pokemon should have been like the Mamemon. It's a perfect / ultimate level. It evolves into like the Cthulhu.
Wet.
Yeah, it is a
Mamemon.
mega. Giromon. Isn't that an ultimate?
Yes, this is a level 5. It's one of those ones there where, wait, that's a vaccine?
It's a vaccine?
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought it was virus.
Learn something new every day.
Pokemon, which is its recolor that has no horns and a katana instead of a chainsaw, is a virus.
Even Japan knows that the samurai are viruses.
Giromon, I think, is currently my favorite pre-evolution for Craniummon.
Bye, asshole. Sorry, we had a ban evader.
Also a bot, but yeah.
Later, Sergeant.
Have a nice evening, Sergeant.
Keep forgetting that Little Lady Days is happening right now.
Oh, any good items?
You get a nice new outfit and everything. I think one
It's
person
Big
said they
Grunt.
liked the
It's
outfit,
Big
but it has
Grunt
that
this weekend
cape.
too.
But they have like a cape over the side of it, one of those like folded up capes. Right, I was listening to this. I completely blanked on that. One of the podcasts I listen to when I walk, and I completely forgot I was trying to finish it. It's the Myers Brother podcast of family trips. They talk to celebrities about their family trips. It's fun.
Just hit random buttons, Junior, like a fucking idiot.
No, Junior, we named the dog Indiana. You're named after the dog? Did we find out any time before the third movie that Indiana Jones's first name was actually Henry? I think that's
not in the actual movies, I don't believe.
Because I think...
Although he was at school in one of the earlier ones.
I think
there
they
might
just
have been a Dr. Henry Jones somewhere.
I think they just referred to him as Professor Jones. 'Cause even his friend at the university was like just that professor back and forth. Mm-hmm. Or at least called him Indy or something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm 99% sure it wasn't spoken. I can't swear that it wasn't written down somewhere.
I mean, he'd have to have like a doctorate or plaque somewhere that had his full name on it. So it's like a background thing that nobody noticed until like whenever. You swamp.
Get fucked.
Anyway, my point
I don't
is,
think they ever went into why he chose that for a nickname.
it was his dog's name.
Right.
He liked that dog. That was his point.
Okay, fair
He
enough.
literally said that. It's like his dad tells him that it was like we named the dog Indiana, and he goes like, I liked that dog. So that's the only reason he took the nickname Indiana, was he liked that dog.
Assuming that's literally true and not,
I don't think he angrily looked at his dad and said that to him without it being poignant.
That's true, but their relationship is definitely,
Strained,
yeah.
to put it mildly. I never find out who his mother is, but also I'm at the point where it's like, I don't need to know. None of us need to know. There's probably part of the Young Indiana Jones television show that we find out, but it's not important. But yeah, that's the only reason he took Indiana. It's probably because he also wanted to distance himself from his dad, which is probably the other big thing.
That is probably also a significant part of it, yes.
Yeah, because if their relationship is strained and you're named after your dad, you
fuck
probably
off,
just
I don't want to
like,
be you, Junior.
Yeah, you probably just go like, just call me Indiana. Because even Marion didn't know his name was Henry. She just referred to him as Indy. So he's been going around as Indiana Jones for some time.
Oh, hi, Scorpion.
Interesting assortment of...
Oh, it's that one that has that name that I look at and go like, you know what? I'm cool with them calling him Scorpiomon in this version because,
I don't mind
I
as
know you
much
can
except for the
pronounce
fact that there's another Scorpiomon.
You know what? Fair point. I'm gonna counter that. That Scorpiomon looks like a skull Scorpiomon because it's literally just a skeleton Scorpiomon. I go like, good name change right there. That fucker looks cool.
Japan is somewhat enamored with the Animalicaris.
I don't know why, but
I think it's one of their primary examples of a fossil in literature for kids and stuff.
I'm assuming they could pronounce it easier.
It's not that hard in Japanese. I mean, it's not that hard in English either, aside from the number of syllables.
I think you're getting to the problem. Is it's like you got more than 3 syllables. English speakers just have troubles, man.
I've never been able to relate to that particularly, but I am on a podcast with Adam.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Rectangulorama tetraparallelicubicosa something or other cuboctahedron.
Those are words you are speaking.
Like 120-sided dice or something.
It's something stupid.
Like, because Naka did that shit in, like, middle school, where he'd, like, find the really long names for multi-sided objects. They're just basically, like, here's what a 20-sided die is technically pronounced as. So it's like dodecahedron or something like that.
Well, I mean, a dodecahedron is just a D12.
That's a D12, yeah.
The D20 is perhaps slightly disappointingly short. It's just icosahedron, but that's because 20 is special.
Yeah. Yeah, those are those, like, the multi-sided, faceted objects that just have really long names that you just go like, oh, technically it's like a 120-sided thing.
Oh, fuck, did I just game over?
Why?
Oh, did you run out of time?
I ran out of time.
I doubt you... A game over in the sense of get bumped back to the previous save, probably.
No, they're like
possibly.
firing the Juggernaut. That sucks.
Well, perhaps you should have not spent so much time picking up treasure chests.
I mean,
I mean,
FMV,
I have to
though.
Well, I have to ask, is this one of those, like, mission failed or fission mailed kind of moments?
We're about to find out.
It hasn't even turned into a Digimon yet.
Because if it's fission mailed, then it's just like, oh, you're supposed to fail.
I think they are in fact preparing to mail the fission.
Is that supposed to be Galactamon?
No, it's the one before that.
I do not know.
Destromon.
Oh, Destromon.
It's the thing that Destromon is made out of, yes.
Ah, okay. I do not know.
Bemmon and Snatchmon are... Bemmon is normal-ish. Snatchmon is a normal evolution / fusion of Bemmon.
Yeah.
But
I know those two are the line.
The next form up fused with that battleship. I think it was a Snatchmon fused with the battleship, and then a shit ton of fucking Bemmon fused with the fucking space station.
And that's how you get Ragna Galactamon. So that was just a fission mailed moment.
I'm looking now because it might be.
Well, you didn't get a game over alert, so
yeah. There's if you didn't game over, and it's a lot of games at this point were definitely not the whole like Sierra, LucasArts. You can go on a little bit longer, and then we'll kill you for funsies in a second, kind of thing. I mean, if this is supposed to lead to Galactamon, we know this is like supposed to happen then.
It's like if I just missed out on some loot, that's unfortunate, but I'll live.
For now. No real way to get up there. Yeah, we can do that. I care about your new chemistry.
Ooh, I missed the gray sword.
Alright. save state it back. It is. Okay, is this the gray sword or is this the transcendent gray sword?
Are those different?
That's what I'm asking, because it's one of those, like, did they translate it as it's just the gray sword?
They're calling it gray sword, like Greymon.
Yeah. Because it's like, that was Omnimon's sword, was Greymon. So it's the gray sword. But we called it Transcendent Sword over here. Is that the thing that's happening?
Transcendent Sword and Supreme Cannon were the dub names for Omnimon's attacks because they wanted it to sound cooler.
And it worked.
Okay, so what happened was supposed to happen.
Yes. We have figured that out.
All right.
It was a mandatory effect.
I didn't know if it was just one of those long drawn out
Game overs.
Yeah. I will see if I can get back in there. Worst case, I just restart.
I would really like to have seen them do something more with the, is it the Dark Sea?
Dark Ocean, yeah.
Dark Ocean. Just do something more with the
that's
Dark
always
Ocean.
kind of...
Because, like, there's so much set up for it to be an interesting adventure thing, and then they just go like, no, we'll have one of the original Digidestin go crazy and possibly drown in it, and that's it. And you're going like, that's it? So many other things.
There's definitely room for it to be like Daemon making a comeback from it or something with Dagomon's help or something, even outside of...
Yeah, but then the Dark Genai or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be goes like, he's gonna steal Daemon's core, so it's like that applies to Daemon.
He didn't even have that... He didn't even describe his plan in that much detail.
Well, it seemed to be the implication is he was going to steal the cores of the other big bads of the whole series. Minus Myotismon, because Myotismon just got fucking erased from everything.
Also, he's a much lower level, but yes.
He's technically two different megas. One just turned out to be smarter.
Well, one of them was exceptionally stupid.
Yeah, the Venom Myotismon versus Mallow Myotismon.
Okay, guys, please deal hit point damage on this fucking Skeledirge.
No. God damn it.
No.
I am here to keep its special attack from getting out of hand. I really need you fuckers. Yeah, there we go. Fuck off.
But it's like, there's so much... And like, you don't even... It's like... Even in, like, the original Japanese, Daemon was like, I'll show back up again. And it's like, you don't even see him in the Dark Ocean when Crazy Lady goes drowning for a swim.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, we don't know.
Yeah, her whole thing is very ambiguous.
It's, like, implied she died, but... Like, that one guy died, but... It's because he was bleeding out and the base he was in blew up.
Yeah.
Which also a base that somehow survives the reset of the digital world with the O2 Digidestined in it.
Right.
The entire reset thing was incredibly poorly
Even like this is the first time it happened in Digimon. Like, didn't they reset it beforehand in like 01?
Sort of. And again in 02, I think, with the Dream Butterflies deal.
Well, yeah, that was at the end of the whole series.
But yes, the Dark Masters remade the digital world into Spiral Mountain, and then after they were deleted and Apocalypse did this thing, obviously something put the digital world back together.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming was homeostasis.
Probably.
because they were like,
It's probably related. Homeostasis is at least related to the host computer.
yeah. I see. Oh, there it is.
There are 2 fucking Kyogres here. You should be able to kill this thing.
What are you doing, a raid battle?
Yes. Great, it crit me with Shadow Wall on the first turn.
Oh yeah, you're doing that thing. The Skeledirge Mighty Raid right now.
I'm bringing a Armor Rouge and trying to get allies, random allies, to be able to clear it. Because I don't have a good water type. So I have a Clear Smog Skeledirge. I think one of these Kyogres is using muddy water, which, yes, I understand.
That. And then... Will it let me back on the base? Or am I restarting? Yeah, I should probably heal.
I think one joke I've probably picked up on that everyone else has picked up on in the entirety of the card game recently is everyone eventually goes purple. So it's like you either die young in a color of your choosing, or you live long enough to see yourself become the purple villain.
It is the villain color.
You would think black would be that.
Black has more machines, and it does also have a decent number of villains in it. But purple is the color of dark.
Darkness.
That would explain Duskmon. I mean, there's also the fact that black is darker than purple, but again, purple is the new black.
Well, just like how yellow is the light color instead of white.
I mean, in fairness, when they designed it, white was not a thing yet.
Didn't they have an Omegamon in one of the pretty early sets?
It's probably not till 5, because that's when that's when that band card was like.
It wasn't until like set like 2 or 3. There was no white Omnimon early. Like set 1 was just red, yellow, and blue.
And green.
Yeah, and green. And then set 2 had black and purple.
Oh yeah, I remember back when they had more than one baby per set.
I have not told you.
No, the first set had Omnimon in white.
Huh. Weird. I thought that wasn't until set 3. Granted, our first 3 sets were all combined into super set, so...
I mean, it was just the one, like, not even secret rare, but like Bud.
Because I know we didn't have double colors at that point.
Oh, right. No, we didn't. Oh, right. The secret rares in that set were Virus, Metal Greymon, and Veedramon.
Golux, I haven't told you the story about how I lost my first match in my release game.
Oh.
I had one of the cards I pulled from my packs was the Examon Ace. And what was it? My opponent was down to like it was either 2 or 3 security. And I had the Examon Ace at another body on board. And I just had the Examon Ace because I had to throw it down. Because it was the best move I had to make sure everything would work out fine.
Yeah, I pulled the fucking Oryuken Ace. And just hard playing that was very useful a few times.
Yeah. But what I was going to do was, I think it was 3 security. Because I was just gonna have to wait another turn anyway. Like my plan was because it unsuspends when a Digimon suspends. I was gonna swing with him first, then swing with the other Digimon, unsuspend, and go into security. And then basically just have it set up for the win the next turn. I went in for the swing. Remember, this is just a bare naked Examon.
Bare naked choke. Wait, no, hold on.
I swung into security, and I hit my opponent's Examon in security. And basically traded off 1 for 1, and lost it and aced overflowed, and he basically won off of that.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And even he was like, I saw where you were going, and I got really lucky with that one.
I mean, that's kind of the point of security, is that...
No, we both agreed on it. It was just funny that it worked out like that. Hell, our game went on really long because we went into time. I was like, wow, I didn't know I could actually go into time with this.
Oh, I very frequently do. Because I'm terrible at making decisions.
I'm bad at making decisions, but most of it is just because you have so many options to work off of, and it's like, but who do I work with out of this? Bam. Blam.
Oh, fine, Agumon.
Ma'am, could you not shoot behind first? I have rotations to deal with. Alright, my rotation's done. We're good. Yeah, you stay over there, asshole.
I need to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, you could have said butt room and it would have been correct. Oh, couldn't leave it behind.
Huh?
I'm doing Wicked Thunder normal. But I'm also doing the Savage mode and clearing it. Fucker. Yeah, that was the line where he goes like, oh, she grew wings, how wickedly divine. it's that little. It's not the little kid, but it's the. It's the Digimon that digivolves into the Zeusmon. It's like Argomon? Agumon.
Agumon,
Yeah. Agumon. I like how they put him on, like, they're putting him on so much stuff now, and it's like, guys, I really don't know a lot about him, but I know how this goes. I have a really good idea about how this goes in the story, so...
Hopefully the new gear helps.
Is that it does, but you really would have gotten a bonus from the Greymon sword.
Well, I rolled back. So I'm going through the undersea base again to hopefully cut down on my faffing about and get the gray sword.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, we're gonna start at the middle? You mean little lady. Oh, look, the child is still standing. He's a fun announcer.
I know. And we'll see him again in a month.
Yep.
I mean, unless they off-screen kill him.
That would be mean.
Just walk over to the arena and just find his mangled corpse in the dumpster. Oh, no.
I mean, if we're going off on this whole, like, he knows too much kind of thing. Ah, stole it from the samurai. Eat shit, motherfucker. Stole the LB3.
I mean, do what you must.
He knew the rules.
He knew the rules.
And so do I.
Somehow cast Utsusemi. What the fuck?
Oh, that's... Yeah, I just went off the edge there. I did the LB3, I'm good.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you make it worth?
Well, everybody stacked up like right at the boss. And I couldn't do the scoot anywhere. I don't get any of this stuff. I'm gonna buy the gear. Sigma Scape. Ooh.
Hitting random buttons, let's go.
This really just throw out 3 spells. Kill that thing that quickly.
What?
I'm on my white page and they just really erase the monster really quickly, and I'm like, did I really just do 3 spells on that thing? That mech soldier looks so much like a,
Gundam.
No, but related. Looks like those puppet drones from Gundam Wing.
I think it looks more like a Leo than a Virgo. But yeah.
No, they're like the ground soldiers, whatever. The Zaku related ones.
Right, the Leo.
The Leos, that's what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean, those things.
Only
Oh, right, the
Leos
puppet
I
shit
don't think
didn't come up till later.
The Leos I don't think were ever made into mobile dolls. The mobile doll system was pretty much only in the Taurus and the Virgo.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Retrofitted into the Taurus because they were the most useful in space, which is where most of the war was at that point. And then the Virgo was designed for it, hence the name.
What does Virgo have to do with mobile doll? Like
Mobile
specifically,
dolls,
like
they're piloted by a computer, so they've never had a man inside them.
oh fucking stupid shit!
That might get clipped for later.
I, honest to God, hate it when it's like what does Virgo stand for, and then you find out it's just basically virgin, and then you just have this whole like that is the you should feel bad, but it's symbolic, and I was like, get your symbolic shit out of here. You want symbolism? Go make a fucking movie that means nothing.
I know writers who use subtext and they're all cowards.
Oh, I watched that last episode of Daima today.
Mm.
Of all the things I could talk about in that show, it's mostly the fact that I'm a little off-put by Super Saiyan 4 Goku's big, massive monkey arms.
Now, does he Super Saiyan 4 but stay small this time?
No. Technically, yes, when he was young. When he was still in his kid body, there was a mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
I asked because in GT,
Yeah, that whole
he
thing.
arbitrarily grew up for that.
Yeah, no, this one, it's like there's mini Goku Super Saiyan 4, and then there's just Goku Super Saiyan 4. Because it's the end of the show, they're going to get back in their normal adult bodies. Don't ask me about the canonness of this. Nobody cares anymore.
I'll be honest, I was kind of fuzzy about what canonically Daima was supposed to be anyway.
It's supposedly before Super.
Because it does technically talk about the Kais that were introduced in Super, because Gowasu is in the explanation. I mean, technically all the other Kais are in there, but, Goasu's like the only one anybody cares about. But it's also like canon.
I mean, the only one to really ask about that is currently in the ground now, so...
I mean, Toriyama really didn't care much about canon anyway.
Yeah.
Like, he just wrote a story. Make shit up as he went along.
Why didn't you talk about lunch? I forgot about her.
That one gets weird because he doesn't technically forget about her. I just don't think he cared after so long. Because there was literally just
Didn't he also at some point forget that technically Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 against Cell?
No.
And when he was designing a new Super Saiyan and thought that was 2?
That's not what happened. He thought that Super Saiyan 3 was 2.
He
For
basically
Battle
forgot
of
two
Gods.
existed.
That's what I was saying. He thought Super Saiyan 3 was 2 because he forgot about 2 from the Cell fight being different.
It's not exactly that. It's a little more surprisingly nuanced, but it is definitely a whole, it kind of almost boils down to he forgot Super Saiyan 2, but it's not. He was just drawing Super Saiyan 3 and called it 2, and it was like, oh, I thought this was 2. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay.
This is Battle of Gods. Also, we do have to keep in mind that for a lot of people who do this stuff, they really do not remember all the details of everything they do.
There's a reason that lore, not Bibles and shit exist.
So this is
Also, in a fun way, the line that 17 says at the end, when he goes like, "Ah, that's a voice I haven't heard in a while," that was originally supposed to be Launch. Because when you think about it, the whole fact that 17 never met Goku, yet somehow he knows Goku's voice. She does show up in the anime for that scene too, so it makes some more sense there. Which is hilarious.
You argue that Dr. Garo played them recordings of Goku before telling them to go kill a guy, except for we happen to know that they very much did not give him much time to explain anything.
I mean, for the most part, the androids were like, let's just kill Goku for fun. Let's go find his place. I also had a recent chapter, like the...
Oh, I just forced this to end.
They had a one-shot of the, of the Super manga. That was,
What did you do, Petty?
Apparently if I beat that boss I just did, it forces the sequence to end.
So you didn't get all the treasure again?
Correct.
Petty.
Obala, honey.
To be fair, I didn't know that was going to stop the sequence, because the guide mentions nothing about fighting the Royal Guard thing. So I thought that was just, oh, that's extra, you know, extra experience, or it won't do anything, not, oh, here's a quick way to end this. Pull up video on your phone.
Anyway, they get, like, Trunks and Goten go to a... Actually, it's just Trunks, I believe. They go to a hero museum. I do not know why there's a hero museum in Satan City, but... I'm assuming it has to do with Mr. Satan, because, you know, he's the big old hero of the Cell stuff. Canonically. And in the museum, they have a bunch of the characters that showed up in the filler arc for that Grand Kai bit. Showed up in the museum as heroes of Earth. The Otherworld Tournament, that's what it is. I was like, oh, that's neat. And they have a statue of, like... They have a pseudo-statue of Goku, because they have basically his entire body when he was a kid, when he defeated King Piccolo. But they just have his face as just a question mark.
No one actually knows what he looks like.
I think the king is the only one who knows that it was Goku. Because he mentions it during the Cell Saga, and he goes like, oh, that's the kid that saved us during the whole thing. But he's also like, he doesn't care to out him, because if Goku didn't want anything, Goku doesn't care about it. He also had a statue of Master Mutaito, the guy who originally defeated King Piccolo. It was a neat little chapter. They had a fun... Like, Goten and Trunks are into this character called Clean God. He's just basically, like, their Superman comic character. Comic Kamen Rider Sentai character. And they're filming a movie.
The Great Saiyaman never got a merchandising deal.
This gets better. They're filming at the place, at the museum, for some of the movie, and some robbers and kidnappers show up, and because they're trying to hide out from a robbery they just did, and Trunks is about to do some stuff because he's Trunks, he's a good kid and everything, and out of nowhere, the guy who's playing the Clean God character just starts running over all these guys in such a, like, wait, is there another guy on this planet who just has, like, powers like these people? Like all the Z fighters and everything? Because you have no idea, because he's just wearing a costume, and he's just running over all these people in, like, the exact same way the Z fighters would. And he's basically telling Trunks that, like, you need a secret identity because basically the bad guys will do bad things to your friends and family if they find you, kind of thing. And they're like, oh, and then Trunks gets a little too into it with Goten and that whole thing, and you're like, okay, but who was the Clean God guy? And then you find out it was Gohan, because he was just replacing the actor who was originally supposed to be there because he got sick, and the actor was just a student of Mr. Satan. So so it's just like Gohan the whole time.
Yeah, Gohan has plenty of practice.
Yeah, has plenty of practice, and he's just basically instilling the whole Great Saiyaman thing into the kids. Which gets brought up in the chapter a couple times. There's a Great Saiyaman statue at the Hero Museum, and it gets brought up a couple times. Mostly because when they go into costume design for their character, for their Saiyaman costumes. But it's just kind of funny because you're just sitting there going like, who is this guy who's just out of nowhere just Z-fightering all over these guys? And it's just Gohan in an elaborate disguise because he's just filming for the day because the original actor got sick. And he even tells everyone and goes like, yeah, I met Trunks there and he was about to do some stuff and I had to put him right on the whole thing. Also, Piccolo continues to be useless outside of the movie. There was no point for him to be there. They only brought him there because there was a Namekian that was going to show up at some point. Okay, so we're doing this for a third time because you were exploring stuff.
Yes.
And then you ended
going
this
now.
Okay, and then you had the sequence end early because you took on the boss of the area?
Yeah.
Ah. I feel like that's video game 101. If you beat the boss of the area, the sequence just ends early.
The guy didn't mention anything about it being a boss.
He didn't really recognize that it was different than the other fixed encounters, I think.
This is massively unrelated. And I say this because I'm just thinking of, like, Grumps did a playthrough of Fester's Quest recently. And I hate the fact that whoever decided this was the way it was going to be decided to nickname hot dogs Glizzy. I need to talk to them in a they're going over a cliff style kind of thing.
You need to talk to them with a lead pipe.
Just Glizzy? What is wrong with you people? How is that even a nickname for a hot dog? It's a hot dog. It's already a nickname. That's like the worst thing ever. It's the word glizzy.
Yeah.
And you hear it, and it just...
supposedly something like a nickname for a Glock?
A Glock would make more sense, because it still has the glue of the whole thing.
That's what I've been told that's from. I don't know how right that is.
I don't know why specifically it has to be like hot dog is glizzy now.
A hot dog is about the same size of a barrel of a Glock.
We're still stretching so much.
I know we are stretching very hard, but it's still... Oh, that's the great sword. because, yeah, I can give Agumon the gray sword because, yeah.
You just gave it to Gabumon. Just really kind of flipped it on the head.
Royal Spear.
Glizzy is the etymology of Glock plus Izzy, which the suffix for Izzy is forming hip-hop sounding words. Like that whole joke from white people ruin black slangs, they add the old Izzy to everything. What's up, my Izzy Wizzy Mizzy? The hot dog sense comes from comparison to the extended magazine of a pistol. Both of these senses were ascribed to the Washington metropolitan area until piquing the curiosity of the word in July 2020.
See, they say that, but I don't fucking believe them. I do not believe you get from gun to hot dog without someone talking about a penis in there.
That's what I thought it was originally. It's like, there's no way this isn't like a slang term for a dick, but it's like, no, you go from glizzy for a Glock to, I guess, the like silencer extenders to guns looking like a hot dog now, and it's like,
they said the magazine,
you...
not even the silencer. A silencer is at least properly cylindrical.
Extended magazine.
Extended magazines are sometimes slightly curved, but no.
Anyway,
I'm not even saying that's not true, but if it is true, it's stupid.
Anyway, the rest of it is when internet users endeavor to upload pictures containing sausage buns just to say the term. So, yeah, that says extended magazine. Like, that isn't... What hot dogs are you eating that makes the magazine look like that?
Special ones.
It's so, like... Hell, even the Glock thing barely makes sense. Like, I get it within the context, but, like... No. Bonk. Worm. It's a time period for the stupid fish. How does it not have a time period? Good. I don't have to deal with that. One of my weak leads for the Mog Tome is this fish.
Yeah, I don't even have Fisher unlocked, so...
It's fish or Mass Carnival, and I'm not doing Mass Carnival.
I like myself too much to do Mass Carnival.
Blue Mage is just such, like, a chore everyone gets out of the way, and then you basically just have to almost twist everyone's arms to go back and do Blue Mage stuff. Like, if you're... It's like the same problem with Eureka. If you're not there for the first 2 weeks, nobody cares about you afterwards.
Right.
What do you think about the new Galactamon stuff there, Pet?
I would not be shocked if that canon option gets limited to one just out of the gate.
Well, I couldn't say, because it looks like you have to have too much setup for it to be something like that. Because then you have to have a... Well, let me go double check it.
It is very boom, though.
Yeah.
Where is it? No, it's definitely a get fucked kind of option.
It's not even one of those win more get fucked. It's just get fucked.
Yeah, it's 6 cost. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost, then place in delay. When you have one of your Galactamon attacks, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. If this effect didn't delete, trash the top cards of your opponent's security stack so that it has 1 card left. So it's definitely one of those you have to have the setup for it and the play cost for it.
Go look at the original Galacticon, though. It will brutally screw your opponent, because guess what it does? It deletes security.
I figured as much. If your option card, God, this monster just ran into the Star Crier. It's one of those bird things that looks like it just needs to die. I figured that if it's one of those cards that's like, oh yeah, just when you attack, just delete. Just delete it all.
Is a weapon of mass destruction.
I mean, considering this is the game this is from.
Yeah. And I guess the real question is, are we also getting another Destromon?
That is a good question.
Because I mean, promo Destromon is pretty fucking devastating.
I'm a little bit surprised that, or a little slightly disappointed, I should say, that we are now at the point, I think, where you no longer need more than 4 of the Bemmon that you can use more than 4 of.
You still need a few of them because it gives you cost reduction when you evolve, and they're pretty high cost evolutions.
That's the moth nearby. Forgot about that. There were so many people at the release event that were talking about the new ZA game, Pokemon Legends game, and they made the joke about the starters because it's just basically the Johto starters minus Cyndaquil. And they were like, "Oh no, Cyndaquil got canceled." I'm just sitting over here, like, he's literally in the last game as the starter. Like, that's why he's not here.
Yeah,
he was already in the last one. I don't need to double up. I don't even know why they did 2 Johto starters and then a random other one.
Probably because those guys haven't gotten anything nice.
Do you expect them to get anything nice? At best, they're going to get alt forms now.
Eventually, they're probably going to get alt forms, yeah. I'm personally pulling for the regional starters to get alt forms, to get Colossian forms, or whatever. And then a quarter of the way through the game, you get one of the original Kalos starters along with a Megastone for it.
Yeah, I'm still pissed Gen 6 went by introduce the Mega Evolutions, and 3 Kalos starters right there. None of them get a Mega Evolution. The Mega Evolutions were for the Kanto starters and whatever scattering ever Pokemon were out there. I'm like,
and then also
none of these
also
three?
the Hoenn starters. Also the Hoenn starters.
Yeah.
2 of them not until Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but there was Mega Blaziken in XY.
It was such the stupidest thing ever.
See, I would argue that that's somewhat by design, because the point of Gen 6 was, you see, they'd just done Gen 5, which they tried to do all original things, and nobody liked that. So they decided, okay, so for the next gen, we're going to suck off Gen 1 as hard as physically possible. It's also the only gen that doesn't have a new sub-legendary / legendary trio group. They just reuse the birds.
I guess.
Well, no, it's true. It's the only one that doesn't have their own. Several of them have more than one.
Isn't Gen 5 the one with the Jin? Like Tornadus and
Yes,
Thunderous?
and
Landorus?
yeah.
Aren't they?
Gen 5 has 2 trios, I think.
Yeah, isn't one of them the sub to the other one?
Okay, sub means base stat total 580. Gen 6 does not have the original one.
Oh, wait, that was 5. What am I thinking of?
Gen 5 has the genies and the swords of justice.
Who is Gen 6 was... Oh, it was Xerneas.
It doesn't have one, they just reused the birds.
No, that's what I'm trying to think of. It was like, what were their legendaries? And it was Xerneas.
Just Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde.
Zygarde, yeah.
And then it has it still has 3 mythicals, but that's because that's what they had for DLC back then.
My god, the DLC has sucked ass ever since. This bullshit of like, we could put it into story, but nobody did all that shit, so now we're just give it out as DLC, and it's like, shut up.
I like the DLC method. Like, I like the Isle of Armor to get Cubfu and Urshifu, or the...
Yes. I'm going to stop you right there.
Much better than connect to the internet just to get fucking. You can have a Manaphy.
I'm going to stop you right there. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when they just do that, but it has no story significance whatsoever. You just get the Pokemon.
Oh, like in Gen 4
yeah.
when they built in neat story things, but then
either
because they're lazy or because people hacked or glitched their way into them, they never actually gave away the items for most of them until like super late. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how cool that fucking Arceus thing is from Johto?
Mm-hmm.
That is the coolest shit ever. How do you get it? I hack in the game. They didn't give out any of that shit.
That one I think was accessible barely. You had to transfer a event Arceus or something.
It was,
but you
had to it was one of the dragons, I believe.
Yeah, you couldn't get to New Moon Island. You couldn't get to Flower Paradise. You couldn't even get to the Spear Pillar because they didn't release Oak's Letter, the fucking Key, or the Azure Flute.
Well, and like the Aeon ticket in 3, you had to have an e-reader for.
That you could actually get by mixing records with people who had it, but yes, it required.
Because someone still had to get the e-reader.
Yeah,
you still had to get out of your way. Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion were all just, those are the Gen 6 ones. We're just, hey, we're going to make a movie, and at the movie, we'll give you a code that if you put it into your fucking thing, you can get
There was a whole storyline for Zoroark in, like, Gen 5. It was short. You had to have one of those shiny dog trios to do it. I know they're not dogs, but you had to have one of those ones, the shiny ones, to unlock it. But it was like a cool little neat thing you got if you did this whole unlocking thing. And then everything else was just like, here's a code for it, go do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it hasn't been...
Era was just Go get your code at GameStop.
Oh my god. Zora, what's the lightning cat from Gen 7?
Raiko?
No. The lightning cat from Gen 7.
The one that had the movie.
Oh, Zeraora. That
Zeraora.
was some guy's friend in the movie. That
Yeah.
did not need to be based at total 600.
That Pokemon
That
has
could have
such
just
a
been a
cool...
Lucario or Zoroark instead of being a mythical.
That Pokemon has such cool lore potentials, and it's just a go but get a ticket for it. Or something, and it's the most boring ass shit they've ever done ever since. And it's like Sword and Shield, and then like Scarlet and Violet. At least the DLCs are adding the story shit back in and making it more appropriate. But it's like, my god, it's just been so... Like, Zygarde didn't even get its final form because they just went straight into Gen 7. You have to get Zygarde's full 10% form and 100% form in Sun and Moon. And it's the most annoying ass shit to deal with because it's like, why didn't you just make the third game for this?
I think they did that because Sun Moon they wanted to release for the, 20th
3DS.
anniversary?
Oh, one of the anniversaries.
They wanted to do a new gen for it.
All right, I have all of the stuff.
Spooky music.
Yes. Okay, so I need to go to Oscar City.
I mean, after cutscene.
Yeah. Still, for being PlayStation 1 era, these CGs are not that bad.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
They're
Yeah.
mostly playing to their strengths,
Yes.
i.e. mechanical design and stuff. So you're saying the Zeraora story in the movie it was in was good, and they could have done something referencing that instead of.
Dude,
just
I didn't even
figure
know
out
there
the
was a
one?
movie that starred this one.
Oh,
You literally just went like, there was a movie about this one. And it's like, there's a movie about this guy?
it's
Ogre's
not.
off in the corner
It's not like the
Googling it.
star of the movie, but it's a part. It's
It's on the promo
It's in
stuff,
the
though.
it's in The Power of Us, which is the second reboot movie, I believe.
Oh, I actually like that first reboot movie.
What was the first reboot movie?
It's the one where Pikachu speaks to Ash at the end, and that's the only thing everybody remembers.
The first reboot movie is called I Choose You. It's a remake of the first
Oh.
episode plus a bit, but it also has Marshadow and Pikachu talks, and it's weird.
I mean, it's not that weird when you figure out that Meowth can learn to speak, and all it costs him is a couple move slots.
Anyway, it's
I know
a
it's a
remake.
reboot,
It's a redo of the very first fucking episode, or of
Yeah.
the very beginning of Ash's story.
Yeah. I know. I actually did like the movie, and that little moment where Pikachu speaks does kind of touch me, in a good way. Don't just because
I'm
I
not
use the
even
word
saying it's
touch
bad.
doesn't
It's
mean that.
just a little bit. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, it's definitely kind of a like moment, but it's also like, isn't Ho-Oh flying over at the same time? Like, we got magic animals. We can deal with one talking.
You've
For
all
like a
seen the
split
meme
second.
of somebody explain why Nurse Joy is freaking out when Pikachu Ash tells her that he sent Pikachu to go fight Ho-Oh, right?
I think I remember that happening in the movie.
Well, no, there's like a meme about it where somebody's like, explain to me like I'm 5 why Nurse Joy is freaking out here. And basically it's somebody was like, he basically just told a nurse that he sent a rat to go fight God because Ho is a minor deity in this area.
Yeah. I mean, he did.
It's literally what happened.
Yeah, like
I would freak the fuck out too.
They dealt with Marshadow, and then like Ho was like, "Sup, I'm special," and he was like, "Cool, we're gonna fight you," and it's like, okay.
Oh yeah, there's also a Zeraora episode in the Sun and Moon arc.
Well,
yeah, but it's like this is the anime we're talking about. They can do that. They can do that. The games did nothing. You just
It was just I was just trying to think about what you wanted them. It sounded like you wanted them to reference something.
Well,
no, I just wanted them to do a story for the guy.
Oh yeah, it'd be much better if they did mythicals. It is much better, even if they don't usually consider them mythicals now, because they're available in the DLC. It's much better when they like have a scenario with them.
Something funny with the meme thing I mentioned a bit ago. Somebody also posted the fact that Pikachu is usually when Pokemon lose, they're knocked unconscious. The fact that Pikachu is conscious here heavily implies that the rat won. It's like, oh shit.
I mean, it takes forever for everyone to realize that Joey beat Yugi at the end of Battle City.
I don't even remember.
It's after Battle City and they get back to Domino. They both meet up in like early morning and they have their destined duel that they want. They wanted to have at the end of Battle City. Yeah.
No world-ending bullshit, just two bros going at it.
Play the fucking card game.
Yeah, and like you don't find it out until like way later. They spoil it quicker in the anime, but like in the Millennium World arc where they're in the memories, Joey summons the Red Eyes Black Dragon, and it's implied. Takahashi later stated. But it's implied that Joey beat Yugi because that was the only way he was getting that card back. So it was like, oh, Joey beat the King of Games like at his full power deck, and Kaiba's still over here being a big old wiener about it.
I mean, it's without cheating, and that was back in the period where the best decks were just, hey, put a bunch of good stuff in it decks.
Yeah, the beatdown decks. I mean, there's also the fact
it's possible that Yugi just, didn't draw luckily that time because he wasn't using his part of that.
Breaking.
He wasn't using what you might politely refer to as the hacks of the cards.
Yeah, but I mean, even Takahashi basically said that Joey has more potential to be the stronger of the three, because Kaiba's just straight up, I'm a power duelist, while Yugi's more like, I guess on the mystic part.
Kaiba is screw the rules, I have money.
Yeah.
Which means I have the rarest cards.
Yeah, pretty much.
He doesn't necessarily need much skill.
Yeah, whereas Joey's like, even though all of his stuff is mostly like luck based, he can still like, if he got newer, better cards, he could still work off of them better.
Yeah.
It's just that too bad that Konami decides that apparently Red Eyes is just going to be all over the fucking place.
Apparently, it's supposed to be good now.
No. Blue Eyes is the new meta thing, because they basically went like, it's time to get that nostalgia bucks. Let's print a new Blue Eyes deck that'll make it meta relevant. Red Eyes is just all over the place because they can't decide what they want it to be.
If they want to base it off Joey, or if they want to...
Yeah, they want to do this, that, and this. It's like, the thing you might be thinking of is the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon.
Well, no, there's like new cards in Japan, like one of the newer sets that apparently Red Eyes is supposed to be pretty good now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that yet. Yeah, it's definitely one of those, like... I think so far Yugi's the one who's really lacking on everything, because Dark Magician is kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But as to your point about play the damn card game thing, there's a Twitch channel that's just the official Yu-Gi-Oh thing, and they just play the anime. They play like almost all the animes they have access to.
Yeah.
And oh, they get to like some of the arcs and some of the fights. And I'm just sitting here and going like, go fucking watch the abridged series. It gets through shit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Go read the manga. They cut out half the shit you need to deal with.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh!
There are so many episodes that are unnecessary because they need to add to them to make the duels longer.
Yeah.
Most of those duels are like 3 chapters tops. I think the Yugi Kaiba one in Battle City is one of the longer ones. And that's like almost half the volume was their fight. But it's like everything else is just like, oh my god. And then they play all the filler shit, and it's just like, oh my god, we have to deal with Awaken the Dragons things. Go watch the abridged version. It's quicker and it's over with faster, and you get about the same amount of what you need of it. Yes, you are a little kitty cat. I can hear you meow. Now shut the hell up. I should tell you this, Pet, because it was funny. She likes laying in the top drawer of my dresser, which my dresser is pretty tall. It's about like 4 or 5 feet tall overall. No, don't do that. And just biting the wires of my microphone. And yesterday, I got my laundry done. Well, technically for me, it's the day before yesterday. I got my laundry done, and I put my 2 pajama bottoms in there, and she immediately jumped right in there and went like, oh, bed's ready. But the other day, I had the drawer open, and she, from the floor, jumped up and tried to get in there, but she did not have the reach to get all the way up there. So she's just dangling from the outside of the thing, going like, trying to get her back feet so she can scratch up to the whole thing, holding her upper body. I'm just sitting there looking at her, and I just turn around and push her butt up into the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like really?
Human.
You're gonna go from the you're gonna go from the lowest possible place you can go and jump up to the dresser? Like, she's on my bed and she can jump to the dresser, and she can make it all the time, but this was just one of those, like, did you have to try it to see if you could? Because I could tell you it wasn't going to work out for you.
I forgot how to get to Oscar City from here.
Go to Germany, that's where Oscar is.
Were you saying it like Oscar?
No, Oscar. Oscar Langley.
Oh, right, yeah, she's fucking...
She's half German.
Oscar is a German name.
Well, yeah, Oscar is just a name. I'm assuming it's Germanic origin, but...
It's a commonish name in Germany.
Yeah, it's Oscar via Venus.
Well, no, Wieners are from Austria.
No, Wieners are from Vienna.
Which is in Austria.
Not anymore. Austria doesn't exist. Don't give me that shit.
I will strangle you.
I know what happened to Austro-Hungary. See, everything that happens to every empire.
I
Like
did
the
say
pigs they are.
Austro-Hungary. I said Austria.
He's trying to be funny.
Trying. I'm succeeding.
Is that how you help yourself sleep at night?
I help myself sleep tonight. I take sleeping pills.
I just take a handful every night. No, don't fucking do that, dumbass.
The most I do is 2, and that's usually when I really need to go to sleep, which is going to be not tonight, but later tonight, because I have to get up really early because it's daylight savings time Sunday. And
You don't have to worry about daylight savings if you don't sleep.
well, I want to get up and
Yes,
go
you
for
do.
my locals on Sunday. And since I have to deal with the whole hour early kind of thing, I need to go to bed early later tonight.
Do you, like, I guess, try to work ahead on that kind of thing? And
My local starts at 12:30. I just need to get up and do something about it.
Mine starts at 10:30 for some god-awful reason.
My store doesn't even open till 12. I at least have a half hour to get there.
Yeah, mine's over an hour away, so I have to, make special provisions to be able to go actually play for a tournament.
Yeah. And I usually like to go for a walk anyway, so it's like I like to go out for a walk a bit, maybe a mile or two, then come home, wash off. Alright, I think it's my turn to go pee-pee, so I shall go. I shall go to the washroom.
Hopefully by the time you get back, I am at Osaka City.
I will end up in the washroom and end up in Oscar City before you.
Oh.
And then I'll be lucky and end up in Oscar City, too.
yeah, on you, Derpy.
And heal. Actually, I will go
Okay, I'm back. Would have been back sooner, but I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up in Constantinople. I hope I closed
That's
that
a neat
gate.
trick.
No, I hope I closed that gate before I left. What happened to Constantinople? Oh, it's Istanbul now. Ooh, probably should have locked that gate.
Hey, that's nobody's business but the Turks.
Yeah, but the Turks. Maybe they liked it better that way. I tried that on him. I tried that on Naka, and he completely forgot that song. Because we were dealing with the immigrant town in Dragon Quest III, and I made that whole like, well, I mean, even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why did they change it?
I couldn't say. People just liked it
Like
better,
it better
that way.
Yeah, I tried doing that, and he goes like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, they might be giants? Istanbul, Constantinople? And he goes like, oh, I just wasn't getting what you were saying.
Turns out Naka might not be giants.
I was so taken aback, because like, this was, like, he knows they might be giants. We all know that bit from Tiny Toons. It was just such a, like, this is the one you're gonna blank on, buddy?
I really need to get Sword Bitch first. I don't know why I'm saying sword. They're bladed tonfas, but whatever.
I mean, if you put a blade on anything, it becomes a sword. Blade on a lance, sword. The lance already has a blade. That's a sword now. I don't make the rules. Put a longer blade on a dagger, it's a sword now.
The Germans disagree with you on that.
I have a lot of things to disagree.
For legal reasons involving guilds.
I have a lot to argue with the Germans about. Like, why their language is silly. Have you ever seen the German word for, like, screwdriver? It is mesmerizing. Like, arguably, our word for screwdriver is kind of one of those, like, when you look at it, you go like, really? I mean, I guess.
I don't think the German word for screwdriver is what's...
It is funny. German is one of those languages that... Huh?
Schraubendreher?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I believe that is literally a unit-for-unit translation of screwdriver.
Yeah, I think it was something about like the screwdriver for the X-ray machine, and it's like a Google of a sentence in German.
Röntgenautomats Schraubendreher.
I remember it being longer.
I'm guessing. I don't actually know the German word for X-ray machine, but I'm assuming it involves Röntgen because a lot of languages do, and that's the one he's actually from.
That's from the radio real quick. Nice.
It could be longer if it was like special use, something.
I think it's the intent. It was like the special use screwdriver for the X-ray machine or something like that. I don't know, it was something I saw a while ago. I really didn't care to save it. It was just like, German is a weird language. Is that crackling just from the game?
Yes, because I have the high speed on.
Okay. Well, I figured it was because of the high speed. I didn't know if it was just, like, from the game because of the background noise, because you're at Boot Mountain.
It could be part of that.
Because it's, like, sped up. It's like it's supposed to be a normal sound, but because it's sped up.
Yeah. Or I may lose my signal.
I mean, it's just Kurosarimon. What's the worst that's going to happen?
As it confuses me.
What's the worst that could happen? Internet deleted.
You know what? We deserve it at this point. You know what, Diaboromon? Fucking launch those nukes everywhere. Just end this shit. You were 20 years too early.
Dumb. I wish this game had a fast travel button.
There's so much I look at so many games that use fast travel, and I kind of always think, like, man, it takes away the mysticism of just, like, walking around randomly in, like, RPGs. There's also a certain point where that shit gets tiring, and you're like, just give me to the next city. I'll
Like,
fly there, I
part
don't
of it is
fucking
this
care.
game's, random
I mean,
encounters.
that's part of why it's usually not allowed the first time through places.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Right, I still have to do this stupid fish for my weekly. Ugh. It's not a time catch, I'm lucky for that one. My cat is currently playing with her little stringed toy.
As you do when you are a cat.
It used to have feathers on it, and then they just kept coming off.
Oh, yours is a feather killer too.
Yeah. Luckily, she doesn't eat the feathers. That's a Muffin problem.
Oh, Muffin's still on her feather destroying kick.
She's not allowed to have feathered toys. She keeps trying to eat the feathers.
I'm guessing that was an expensive vet bill the first time.
That was definitely a vet visit. I don't know if it was an expensive vet bill. But the vet was just like, yeah, she's gonna eat these feathers. Just make sure you just don't do that anymore, and it's every other toy they have. If it comes with feathers, those feathers come off immediately.
10 now, isn't she?
Yeah, she was there at the old apartment. She had the same origin story that Lexus had for us, where she just came up to their door, went meow, and then that's how she got adopted.
Okay, I am at Oscar City. Praise the sun.
I am now at Hospice City. I can die happy and dead.
And go to the Masters.
And I go to hell where I belong.
I'm already there. I'll take you with me, Pulse Pin.
I'm already there. I live in Missouri. I have nothing else to live for.
I live in Missouri and my legs don't work right. Don't fucking test me.
I live in Missouri, my legs don't work, and my governor keeps saying the stupidest shit ever. I have nothing left to live for.
Oh my fucking god. And also, several of my representatives are, Nazi sympathizers.
Oh, just... I don't know how somebody hasn't beat them up at these town meetings anymore.
They aren't having town meetings anymore.
Yeah, that. The people I represent keep yelling at me. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, I'm just not going to visit them anymore. That should stop everything.
Is you is, or is you ain't, my constituency.
Why is this one guy coming up to me with a gun?
Oh, Luna has returned. Do you want to help with the story, baby?
Oh, when I watched that Galaxy Dragon video, not the one where he's talking about the deck, but the one where he's demonstrating the deck against the Tyrant. He's playing a tournament with, and one of his opponents was Tyrant Kabuterimon. I can kind of understand why people use the Galaxy deck, the Galaxy engine, because my god, do you get memory out the wazoo for that. And all the tucking for sources shit is ridiculous, though.
Also, we are at plot.
Ugh, I have to pay attention now.
Yeah.
They've got the big old battleship that's bad.
Juggernaut. It's the Juggernaut, bitch! There, I did it. Give me my money.
No, you actually owe them money now.
No, we're not doing that. Taking Disney with me. They own Digimon over here for some fucking reason. Bandai. Not Bandai, Saban. Ever explain why we didn't get Ghost Game dubbed over here?
No idea.
I think it might just be not yet.
Not yet.
They
People are
literally just finished 2020 like last year.
Yeah, localizing Digimon stuff isn't always the priority.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, it's like...
I mean, they could have if they wanted to, yes, absolutely.
And who knows, if Time Stringer does well, they might bump it up on the higher of, let's get this localized.
There was a little... I had that thing over there. There was a tidbit that's hilarious in the O2 series when they're doing the world tour. That the Australian kid... Because this is how close the localization was being done for the original series in comparison to the Japanese Aryans as well. Was that the Australian kid, instead of... in the Golux knows this, Petty knows this, anyone else doesn't know this. The kids in the Japanese version are not referred to as Digidestined because they're not that cool. They're referred to as the Chosen Children. So in the Japanese version, the Australian kid attempts, they kind of flub the translation, attempts to introduce himself as a Digidestined in the Japanese dub.
Mm-hmm.
He calls himself a Digidestined instead. But it's definitely one of those, like, oh, so even Japan's cool with the canonness of Digidestined. That's cool.
Yeah, they've
been cool with it forever, so.
I mean, they are the masters of taking two English loan words and slamming them together at the force of a speeding truck.
Also, Digidestined just sounds cooler than chosen children.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Gunpla.
I mean, look at the fact that he, like, Izzy's little line is just prodigious, and it's like they only use that because it has digits in the word. Even though technically prodigious is the correct word to use in that. But it's just funny that he introduces himself like as that in the Japanese version.
Mm-hmm.
But they also flub the line. Because he just introduces himself as a Digidestined. Instead of the Digidestined. Or Digidestiny. And it's like, oh, you almost had it,
Look,
guys.
Japan is not very good at English.
They try. Oh god, how they try.
They are, like, aware of English, but not actually good at it.
Yeah, I wonder why. This ship remind. Wow,
That's a lot of shit going down.
Not the Japanese Defense Force, I can tell you that much.
I was about to say that is not the self-defense force right there at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that is at least some of the American Navy.
Yeah, like that's a joint coalition, my friend. Oh look, ship blown up. Everyone's safe.
So, is the Juggernaut ship a real ship in the real world kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, hi, Destro.
You keep
Yeah,
saying,
someone snuck a Snatchmon on board, unfortunately.
Venla.
you keep saying, what's it? Destromon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You keep saying that, and all I keep hearing is, God, I want to make a Destron joke.
Well, right now we're watching a coalition of the Japanese and American navies get decimated by that.
Yes, and I'm over here trying to make a Decepticon Destron joke, so you know where my priorities are at.
I can't believe they fucking Digicross Destromon right there in the middle of the ocean. It's a Digimon born by fusing the Venmon with...
Venmon and the Juggernaut. It does things like blow up the Navy.
It is the strongest Digimon, even though it's only at level 5.
I
Listen.
mean, in terms of its actual weapons, it has pretty impressive loadout. In terms of possibly not a Digimon versus Digimon battle, but a fucking
Digimon versus people battle.
yeah, Digimon versus military. This is one of the ones that's better off because it is equipped to deal with their own shit.
Yeah, it's literally anti-real world bullshit.
I'd also like to note that it can destroy a computer, so it could destroy the digital world.
I think the digital world is fairly distributed, but I suppose if you found the actual host computer, which is who the fuck knows, right?
Stop this one, Yggdrasil, bitch.
Well, the question is, where the fuck is Yggdrasil's real-life terminal?
Yeah. The root of the word tree.
I want to find it. I want to do the series on that, and you just find out it's like it's like that steam computer from Greece. It's like somebody actually did create a computer back in ancient Greece. That's like the origin of the digital world.
They went back to the oldest electronic computer, I think. The Atanasoft, whatever the fuck it is. Like,
Almost had
they
it.
went to ENIAC and then went... In the next game, I think they went even further back when ENIAC is blowing up fucking... Or when Millenniumon, like, blows up ENIAC. Yeah. Are those guys' hats supposed to be plugs?
Yes, they're supposed to be plugs.
I feel like that might not be an optimal headgear
It is not.
for, like, safety.
If, as anyone who's understood anything, especially when it comes to the Viking stuff, that any helmet that can let your opponent grab onto it and make you even more vulnerable is a bad idea.
Also, you don't want your head shoved into a power socket.
I mean, you have to find a big-ass power socket.
Counterpoint, this is the digital world. I'm sure they exist.
Counterpoint, this is the digital world in Japan. Is that a Japanese slot, or is that a Western plug?
I don't know. The digital world only takes
You have
American
to get an
money,
adapter
so
for it.
The digital world only takes American money, so maybe they use American outlets.
What the fuck is with that? That is like the weirdest, like, get Joe into trouble for no reason bullshit ever.
It's fairly consistent, though.
Yeah, but really, the Digibuck thing he did for a joke made more sense.
Uh-huh.
More Digibuck sense.
Yeah, it works fine in fucking
In Japan, because he pays
well, no,
with yen originally.
in Adventure 1 in the dub it works.
Yeah.
The issue is in 02 when Michael and Mimi show up from America and are effortlessly able to pay for it.
Yeah, because they're in America.
Right, because they have America dollars.
They're in America.
Whereas here they had to come up with,
Yeah. Also, you run a business and you don't have an exchange somewhere?
Depends where you're at. Like, a lot of places here, we don't have really any way to exchange for a different currency. So if
It
you
looks
have-
pretty rural, so
Yeah.
they might have literally not had the thing. Like, digital world rural.
Oof. God, please tell me I'm on the right side. I always forget this damn thing. Okay. It's Sophia's phase transition. Where you have to be on the right side of the platform or else she just dumps your ass off when she does her scales. Speaking of scales, the Appmon stuff. Isn't that going to be interesting?
It certainly could be.
Yeah, they released a graphic on how the app fusion thing works.
Yeah, is it... It's specifically for Appmons only, right? It's going to work?
I believe so.
So it's like you can't just slip one in for a red deck and just get, like, a buff to it. It has to be an Appmon thing.
I'm not sure if you can only link with other Appmons.
I know for specifically App Fusion is basically the Appmon version of DNA Digivolve, but I think you can link Appmon to regular Digimon.
Yeah, that's what I'm going at. I think it's the link is just like you can take an Appmon and go link into Agumon, and now Agumon has a plus 2,000.
Ironically, this actually kind of lines up with with the major way I was thinking about doing with Appmon in my setting, which is that they would be like a derivative alternate production of or alternate form of Digimon that like were somewhat compatible.
I don't know. This point is going to make me wonder. It's like, what do I ask? What do I put on the survey thing for? Like, what do you want in the new shit? Because I was just going to put Appmon again, but then they're giving us Appmon. I'm like, well, shit. Guess you could ask for more of those Chinese Digimon, because some of those are pretty good.
I just want them to fucking give us New Century. I am currently looking at a guide because I'm not sure exactly where they want me to go. A video guide.
Oh, I was still too
Hey,
close.
Teddy, what's the Digimon's favorite state?
Nebraska.
Montana.
That-
This man to the gulag.
Oh god, it makes it worse because I remember where, like, not to be the old fogey who remembers shit, but I remember where they had the special release for like Pokemon back in 1998, and it was in Topeka, Kansas, because it was To Pikachu. I was gonna say, that's not the last one, is it? The Mirage Tower is where Mirage Demon is at. I just made him up.
Yeah, there oddly is no Mirage Dramon yet.
Somebody pointed this out, specifically because of the Pyramidimon stuff. It took them until 2024 to finally get Land Dramon. They had Air Dramon and Sea Dramon for fucking ever, and then they just went like, we should do a Land Dramon.
Mm-hmm.
The land is dead. I need to go to... Straight south of here.
Oh, you're over there. Big old snake horde.
I should probably switch my Digimon.
Keeping a balanced team is healthy.
Yeah, because since I'm going to be retreading through an older area,
An occasional Agumon is part of a balanced breakfast.
What you need to find is a Gomamon that has an evil smirk to him. And go like,
It's
buddy,
funny
you're
because
on the
the
team.
Gomamon is the representation of vaccine in Time Stranger.
Yeah.
Although it'll be interesting if they make it go like Seedramon or something to keep parity with Patamon going probably vaccine. I mean, the Patamon does have data evolutions, but
I mean, it's just, I enjoy the cuteness of that little fucker being like, I'm a little basted on the screen. Ain't I adorable? It's like, you are adorable. I would have gone with the Patamon normally, but then you showed up and I was just like, well, I gotta go with this little fucker. Look at
yeah,
that face.
I still need to find out what the trees look like before I can really decide.
I mean, I don't care. That face sells me on it.
Assuming everything is easy to get, I would probably go with either Patamon or Gomamon. Probably Well, when Dragon Lord asked me, I said Patamon, but it'll depend.
I mean, I originally would have gone with Patamon because I
Look, I played the original.
Stuff.
I played the original Digimon World DS, and I'm still fucking burned from that.
What did that do?
So the starter choices were Agumon, Gabumon, and Palmon. You could get Koromons and Tanamons in like the first area or something. The only thing on Gabumon's evolution tree that was available in the wild was Darkdramon in the second or third to last area of the game. So yeah. Because the only things in the Tsunomon tree were Gabumon, Black Gabumon you could get somewhere else. But it was the regular anime Garurumon line, which had Darkdramon as an alternate mega for no reason. The Gaomon line, and then like one other truncated line. No wait, the Gaomon line was truncated. They didn't have the Sabers Megas in that game.
Now we go to Phoenix.
Tsunomon, yes. Gabumon, Garurumon, Garurumon, and then Male Garurumon or Darkdramon. Gaomon, Gaugamon, Gaugamon, and Dracmon, Sangloopmon, Matadormon were the only things off the Tsunomon egg in that game. Technically, you could get one if you matched eggs with someone, but, like, it would have been pretty random.
First of all, you would have had to find another Digimon fan.
Well, you could do it online. I actually did match eggs a couple of times with one of my friends.
Yes, but you still would have had to find a Digimon fan.
But yes, it was not great. Well, no, because and the eggs, there are a shit ton of different eggs that have different things that hatch out of them.
Chloe.
And a lot of them, what you get is random.
Okay, is it random where it's actually random chance, or is it random we find out years later that I was like, wait a minute?
It is random as far as any guide I've ever found for the game knows, which does not actually say much.
Butter. How do you get a butter worm? Upper. Oh, just mist. I could go back to the mist. Oh, okay, yeah. I get that pretty easily.
Oh, I just dropped Leomon.
Materials. I remember somebody talking about the other no-cost memories gains, and one of them mentioned the blinding ray,
Yeah.
and I thought, Well, that one doesn't kind of make a lot of sense because you still have to
right?
cost. Yeah, Kudamon, the Pipe Fox one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that one kind of feels a little iffy because you crash a security stack, so you're taking a risk there.
The
On the
thing
whole
with yellow
thing.
is you get so much recovery, you're not really taking that much of a risk.
Yeah, but if it was like a security bomb or one of your things you needed,
Yellow also lets you search your security now.
but yeah, that's
Like-
a new thing.
Look, right, but now it's good. It's better now than it was when it came out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It'd be a good thing, yes. I mean, it just always struck me as a weird, like... I mean, it's like, no matter what you think about it, you're still trashing from security.
Yeah. Well, I guess it also depends with Kudamon specifically, like Richard Sampson Tamer and some of the...
I mean, you don't need Kudamon to use the card. It's
Well, I
just
know you don't, but like
who's on
it specifically, it has stuff where if you trash it,
Yeah.
it triggers.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the other ones are like Hammer Spark is just basically free memory. You just have to have a blue source. Jack Raid works with purple because purple you just need to have a high enough trash.
The concerned thing about Jack Raid is the potential volume of memory you can get if you're running a Beelzebub on deck that really would love to have like 20 or 30 cards of yours in your trash.
Yeah.
Roughly a 1.
Oh, and it's actually the one that it's supposed to be.
Then there's Gravity Crush. That one has the major flaw of, yeah, you gain 2 memory, but then you lose 2 memory at the end of the turn.
That can be worth it. Again, usually what you're trying to do with that is not give the turn.
Yeah. Yeah, again, that was that mega thing we were talking about earlier, was the eventuality of, like, your flaw of, like, you are going to lose, you are going to, like, give memory falls apart when you go with the whole, like, that only happens if you get the next turn. And this is kind of one of those, like, if I'm using this, I'm going for, like, not you doing that.
This might actually be a good time for me to take a break and grind up my guys. I'm going to be switching over to the more difficult area. So it might be a break and grind angle just so I can get Grapplio up and all that. Possibly get some more megas. But yeah, other than my dumbassery on the base, this was fun. I just need to get this sent over to my save sent over to my phone so I can do some grinding on the way to see if I can go to the card shop this weekend. But yeah.
I have to help a friend bring up some stuff to the dump and a few other things.
Alright. But yeah, that was fun. Besides me being a dumbass. We will try and do this again. We do have some reviews coming up. Where is my notes? For our Sunday reviews. Let's get down to March. Coming up, I guess technically tomorrow, for Fragments of Silicon, we will be doing reviews for Flashback, The Quest for Infinity. Right Wars. It's impressions of that because it's an early access. Into the Emberlands and Fire Shark. But until then, thanks for coming, everyone, and good gaming.